Welcome, everyone. It is the first day of spring, which means it is the first day of the spring edition of the District Esports League. Welcome. My name is John Fiasco Byram, joined alongside Joey Courtside King McDermott. And Joey, Events DC is back as our presenting sponsor for the District Esports League. Once again, it is a 2v2 Rocket League tournament that's going to culminate in an amazing spring summit at the end of the season. But that doesn't mean there's not prizes along the way. In fact, today, Joey, HyperX wireless cloud earbuds are up for grabs for the champion of today's tournament, but also those crucial league points to qualify for the Spring Summit later on this year. All right, Joey, today's first matchup is going to be Tigers versus Almonds. Two teams we actually haven't called before, two unique named teams here. So that'll be our first matchup today, picking up here in the second round of the upper bracket. But these league points, Joey, these are absolutely massive because this is how you qualify for that Spring Summit. You earn these points, and then you have the chance to go after $1,000 of cash prizes there in the Spring Summit.
Yeah, absolutely, John. And the points are going to be a very vital factor for the competitors from the DMV region. As they accumulate those points based on how they end up finishing in these particular tournaments, they're going to be able to earn their spot into that final event where they have a chance at up to $1,000 in prizes.
All right, we are just moments away from our first matchup, and we are in game now. Tigers on the blue side, Almond on the orange side. Fury for Almonds trying to take it along the side. Plays into the corner, pinches it around the face of the goal. Nothing will happen there. Now RC looking to go the other way for Tigers. Plays into the corner. The shot just off the elbow. The follow-up shot from his teammate Oversight was there. Both players have committed. They're in trouble now. Tigers looking to go the other way. That was Almonds looking to go the other way. Now Oversight for Tigers. After into the corner. Oversight towards midfield. Back and forth action here early in this best of three matchup, and Oversight for Tigers will open up the scoring. 3:57 to go here in game one of this best of three. Tigers striking first.
Absolutely. A great chance for some defensive play there from Almond. Unfortunately, not able to pull it off, and Tigers draws first blood just under a minute in.
Off the face-off ball, bouncing towards goal. That might have been a mistake on the goal line. Nonetheless, Almond ties it up just seconds later. Off that face-off, it's Fury Soccer striking back. RC will pull it ahead for Almond. Just got word here from our production crew. Looks like Almond now on the blue side, Tigers on the orange side. A little bit of a mix-up there in communication, but we got it underway here. Almond up now 2-1. Three very quick goals here to open up game one.
I believe we had it right the first time, John, so it looks like they're going to switch that one back. Tigers is over there on the blue side today.
Oh, good here, Joe. It's week one. We're still working some things out here and there. But nonetheless, now Tigers, just like that, Joey, it's so quick, back and forth, back and forth. Now Tigers up 2-1 with under 3:20 to go.
Yeah, the one thing we know for certain is all the action we're going to have in today's tournament, John, and we're getting it right here from matchup number one. 3 goals scored in under 2 minutes, and it just continues to go back and forth. A lot of midfield play as well from these two teams.
Shot from distance to go just above the crossbar. RC ball in the corner, trying to clear out his defensive end. Back towards midfield, gets around one defender. Oversight playing off in the distance, looking for that opportunity. Soccer's back on defense. RC will play it back into his offensive end. Oversight in the corner. Very quick opening in the half of game one. Seems to have slowed down just a little bit. that halfway mark. Tigers holding on to that 2-1 lead. RC shot from distance, plays it off the backboard, can't find the angle off the backboard. Follow-up shot. Won't be able to connect there. Now Almond looking to go the other way. Still down by 1, under 2 minutes to go. Ball into the corner, played back out. Towards center field along the side wall. Big demo by Fury Soccer. Onto Oversight. Even the slight advantage as the player resets. Oversight now on the sidewall, plays it back into the corner. Tigers holding on to that 1-goal lead here in game 1. Now RC trying to go aerial, plays it into the corner. Looking to add on to their lead. Approaching that 1-minute mark here in game 1. Almond still down by 1. We're now under 60 seconds. Fury Soccer from the sharp angle. And Almond ties it up. 56 seconds to go. All even in game number 1.
Huge play by Fury here, getting the double bounce off the wall and then finding the proper angle right before a Tigers player is able to save it, ties it up just under a minute to go, and we are set at 2-2.
Back off the face-off now, 50 seconds to go. It is still anybody's game. Extractor in the corner. Side wall, Oversight picks it up through midfield. Under 40 to go. Ball bouncing back and forth. Now Tigers plays into their offensive end. Good clear there. Now Oversight picks the ball back up under 30 seconds. Oversight from midfield looking for the mid-range shot. Going far post on target and in. Tigers strike with 20 seconds to go.
Absolutely no oversight on that angle, John. A perfect shot coming out, just dipping in right inside the frame for that goal.
20 seconds to go. Tigers regain their 1-goal lead. Almond down by 1. Fury Soccer will strike for Almond. Tied up, 13 seconds to go. Joey, this one's going to come down to the last second. "13 seconds, all even at 3. Face-off. Not a clear win for either team, under 10 seconds. Fury Soccer on the side wall gets challenged. Now RC from the other way has a teammate. Shot's going to go just wide, and we are heading to overtime in game number 1 of week 1 here of the District Esports League, presented by Events DC.
Absolutely can't have a more amazing start than that, John. Going to overtime in our first game. Both these teams so back and forth, and a chance right here.
15 seconds in. A great chance for Tigers. Almond coming from behind all game long. Now looking to steal one here in game 1 to take the series advantage. Almond looks to play the ball back out. Fury Soccer playing from behind, trailing, looking for that rebounded shot. Couldn't get the backflip onto the ball. Now it's Tigers looking to go the other way. Flips the ball over one defender. Can't get it past the second. It's Extractor with a great save right next to the goal line. Looking for that clearance to go on the attack for Almond, but Oversight just demos Extractor. And now Tigers looking to go the other way. RC to the corner. Tigers trying to finish this one off here in game 1. Now 1 full minute plus change here into the overtime period. Next goal wins. Ball into the corner. Extractor is there to keep it in. RC with the clearance, strong off the side wall into the corner. Fury Soccer is there. Can't clear the ball out, has to backtrack onto defense. Back into the corner. The deflected shot, big save by Extractor on the goal line. Now Fury Soccer looking to go the other way. Can't connect on the side of the ball. Joey, that would have been massive. Now RC going the other way all alone. The overcommitment on the side of Allman makes it an open net for Tigers, and it is RC 2006 with the game winner. 4-3, 145 into the overtime period.
Absolutely, and both played that overtime very differently. If you look at the side of Allman, they both played very aggressively on every one of their possessions. They went ahead and moved both cars up. They tried to pass off one another and find that shot opportunity. On the side of Tigers, they only moved one up at a time and allowed them to find that counterattack pretty easily to end that one off.
Joey, game one, an absolute barn burner going the distance. Allman could not go away. Tigers was being harassed by them the entire game. Every time they went up, Allman would respond. Forced OT with 13 seconds left. Now we head to game number 2. Tigers on match point here in this best of 3. But Allman is definitely not a team that's going to go away quietly. They were just one goal away from taking game 1 themselves. I'm expecting the same kind of energy from both of these teams here in game number 2.
Absolutely. Allman definitely just feeling Tigers out here. They haven't quite come out of their shell in this series as of yet. Still a little bit of time to play, though. They now know how Tigers are going to play. Tigers playing a little bit more reserved than some teams we've seen in this tournament before. They're going to end up sitting one back, look for those counterattacking opportunities on the side of Allman. Maybe they don't necessarily go as aggressive as we've seen here in game 1. They change a few things up potentially going into game 2.
As we load into game 2, of course, a big shout out to our sponsors, our presenting sponsor, Events DC. You can find them at eventsdc.com for all upcoming events here in the DMV area. And of course, the DC Department of Parks and Recreation, their website, dpr.dc.gov. Big shout out to all of our sponsors for helping put on the District Esports League. We are very appreciative. Game 2 underway. Allman striking first. It is oversight, makes it 1-0, just 21 seconds into game 2. Allman does not want to sit back. They are taking it to Tigers early on.
Actually, Tigers scoring that one, John. They did come through with that first goal. I believe they switched sides here, as Oversight did play for Tigers there in game 1.
Great catch there, Joey. It is Tigers striking first. Would have been a great story if it was Allman striking first. But nonetheless, Tigers holding on to that one game advantage, striking first, putting more pressure onto Allman instead. Oversight shot turned aside by Soccer Fury on the goal line. Ball into the corner. Fury trying to make something happen here for Allman. RC into his defensive corner, looking to clear the ball out through midfield. Oversight now trying to go aerial, looking to add on to that lead, can't find it. We'll play it off into the side. In comparison to game 1, scoring not as high flying as we saw. Tigers playing a little bit more conservatively here. It's now all the pressure still falling onto Allman, being down 1 game, and Allman's going to respond. It's Extractor tying it up, 3:12 to go here in game number 2.
Yeah, honestly, a little bit of a misplay there from Tigers, though. Both players going for the ball there right in front of goal. One ends up making contact, but the other one gets stuck up in the air. No one able to find that deflection out of the goal.
RC flying in from the side. It's Fury along the back wall there to pick it up. Pressure from Tigers will play it back in. Tigers looking to regain their lead here in game number 2. Clearance from Fury Soccer into the corner. Fury's shot will get around the last defender, and Allman have their lead here, 2-1, approaching that halfway mark here at 2:46.
Yeah, really clean play over the whole field there. Fury just pops it up, finds it for himself, and then takes the shot. No defense really on the side of Tigers there.
Off the face-off advantage for Tigers. Ball played in towards the center. The shot clean and wide open. RC wastes no time tying this game up. It is 2 apiece, 2:39 remaining.
RC gets credit for there, John, but oversight with a beautiful off-the-wall pass to set him up.
All even at 2, approaching that halfway mark. Tigers holding on to the 1-game series advantage here in this best of 3, and Extractor wastes no time getting that lead back. It is 3-2 Allman. Now 2 seconds away from that halfway mark here in game number 2. Allman trying to even this series up to force game 3.
John, you just had to say the goals were coming in a little bit slow in this one, and both teams turning it up. 4 goals, I believe, since you said that. Now Allman in the lead 3-2 and just half the way of the game through.
Maybe I should say it again. Who doesn't like seeing more goals?
Goals are nice. Goals are exciting. And we might have another one here as Fury flies in toward goal.
Fury off the backboard, looking for his teammate for that rebound. Can't find it. Ball off the wall. Fury is there. Extractor backtracking into his defensive end. Fury there to help out, looking to clear the ball out, holding on to that 1-goal lead under 2 minutes to go. Oversight on the side wall for Tigers. All the pressure coming from Team Allman at the moment onto Tigers. Now oversight from the side wall. Fury picks it back up through midfield. Can't get it past the last defender. The Fury will get the demo onto RC. Giving him a nice little thank you for making that save. They'll have to reset. Ball off to the corner. Fury looking to play back in towards middle of the field. Teammate is not there. Fury back on the side wall. Under a minute to go. Allman holding on to that 1-goal lead. Tigers looking to tie it up. 50 seconds left. All alone. The shot on target and in. And RC 2006 will tie it up at 3 apiece. 49 seconds left to go.
RC 2006-10, John. That is quite the long name there. That's why we're shortening it to RC over there for those in chat today. 3-3 though, John. 49 seconds. It feels like a tale of game 1. It started off a little bit slower in this one, but then it started going around that, I'd say 3-minute mark or so. We saw a fury of goals come through, and now 3-3 with 40 to go.
All even, 30 seconds left here in game 2. If Tigers can find a way to take the lead here late, they will punch their ticket to the next round. Allman looking to take game 2 to force game 3. 20 seconds to go. Allman on the attack, but is disrupted by Tigers. It's RC on the side wall, dropping in front of goal and can't connect. So close there, 10 seconds left. Chance for one last opportunity here before overtime. And Fury Soccer is going to play it back. As long as the ball does not touch the ground, it is still alive. And it will hit the ground at the goal line. We're going to overtime. Oh my goodness, what a bad bounce. That could have done it there at the buzzer.
That was it, John. That was on frame. Unfortunately for their side, just shy of hitting where it needed to get that goal to count. Now they got to do it in overtime.
Fury picks the ball up midfield, plays it in high. Drops down just to the left side of the goal. Next goal wins. Pressure on Allman here to force game 3. Extractor looks to play it back in. RC is there on the goal line to clear it out. Now Fury going aerial, can't get it on target. Fury shot, far post and in. Allman have forced game 3 with a goal at the 44-second mark here in overtime. Joey, we are heading to game 3, another back and forth match, and Allman comes out on top here in game number 2.
Absolutely. Big plays from Allman. Tigers, unfortunately, once again, getting a little bit caught out in their positioning on defense. There's certain moments throughout the game where they both decide to go for the ball. I don't know if it's miscommunication, if they're trying to play off one another for like a pinch play. Regardless, it's ending up not going in their favor, and Allman, once again, finds the shot they needed. It did have to wait until overtime for it to happen, but it happened all the same. Tied up 1-1 heading into Game 3.
Game 3, the deciding factor here between these two teams. One team will move on to the next round. The other team, it's not the end of the story for the team that doesn't come out on top here in this matchup. In fact, they'll just drop down to our lower bracket for their second life opportunity. They do still have that chance to run the lower bracket to try to get back to that championship game. Game 3, all on the line here between Allman and Tigers. RC shot saved by Fury Soccer. RC gets demoed by Extractor. Going back and forth. Big save on the goal line by RC. That had back post and in written all over it. Just under 30 seconds in here, and Extractor will strike first. Makes it 1-0 for Allman.
Yeah, really good save there to keep things going. Unfortunately, from there, both Tigers players leaving the goal a little too far out and allowing a wide open opportunity with both Allman players right there in front of the face of the goal.
"40 seconds into game number 3. Allman striking first. Allman with another big save. That's Fury on the goal line. Now looking to go the other way. RC is there to challenge in midfield. Extractor back on defense. A great clearance there. Plays the ball just to the left of the goal. RC on defense looking to clear it out towards center field. Oversight is there. Great interception off the sidewall now for RC. Shot on target, but Fury Soccer there on the line to clear it out. Not out of danger yet. Tigers looking to even this one up. Oversight play in midfield now has to get back. The shot goes wide. Near post there on the left side for Allman. Can't get it to go. Fury Soccer now back midfield. Shot is deflected wide. Fury's looking to pick it up on the other side wall now here to the right of the goal. Going aerial off the ceiling. The shot not on frame. That would have been a beautiful shot. It was on frame, turns just to the side. RC off the corner, looking to play it to himself. He will! Ties it up at the 3-minute mark. A beautiful play from RC. Makes it 1 apiece.
Yeah, really good plays all around there. You see the initial pass coming out from Oversight, bouncing off of a blue car of Allman, and then going right into the opening grill of RC there, turning that one around for a nice goal opportunity. 2 minutes in, 1-1 on the scoreboard.
Off the face-off, Fury picks it up, looking to play to himself. He will! And Allman gets their lead back just 6 seconds after having the game tied by Tigers. Fury Soccer striking back makes it 2-1.
Fury really seeing the opportunity there, even passes up the boost to go for that opportunity. In the end, it does end up being a goal, so a big play there from Fury.
High risk, high reward. Gets the lead back for Allman. Approaching that halfway mark here in game 3. Not enough power there on the shot from Extractor. Will send it just wide. He's easy clear for Tigers, and RC doesn't want to waste any time being down by a goal anymore. Tigers striking back. Makes it 2 apiece.
Yeah, this team really likes that 3-minute mark. It feels like they really start to turn on the goals, both sides, to be honest. The goals just start flying once we hit 3 minutes. 2-2 in this one, 2:40 left, and both teams looking very potent. They're starting to see a bit more aggression on both sides, John, if you've noticed that. It seems like both players are playing up a little bit more aggressively and allowing for counterattacking opportunities more and more.
Fury looking to get the lead back. Shot is just high and wide, hitting the elbow of the goal. Extractor from the side looks to play it back. Fury is there, just can't get enough power onto the ball. Oversight gets credit for the save. Extractor into the corner. follow-up from Extractor, can't get it to go. Great defense there from Tigers. Fury plays it back in. Now Alden's gonna have to backtrack onto defense. Both were pushed up. The oversight gets the demo onto Fury. This will be a great opportunity. RC is there, can't get it. Lower than the crossbar, will bang off of the bar and out. Oversight looking to play it back in. Ball on the goal line, a beautiful touch and a bigger save by Fury. Keeps this one at 2 apiece. $1:30 to go.
Shots on shots on shots. So many opportunities coming through, just slightly shy. Once again, another great save, this time coming out from Extractor. Tigers is having a tough time finding that goal, but they find it in the end.
Oversight stealing the ball here. Pardon me, that's Tigers stealing the ball, being played over. Finds Oversight. Gets a lead here with 1:24 remaining. RC finding his teammate. Gives Tigers the lead here with 1:20 to go. RC threatening once again. Allman find themselves down by 1. A big save by Extractor on the line. RC now back on defense, looking to play the ball back into the Allman defensive end. A shot there off of the crossbar. Allman threatening here late. Still down by 1, Joey. Both game 1 and game 2 went to overtime. Allman just 1 goal away from possibly doing it again. And Joey, it's like they read my mind at the 13-second mark, just like in game 1. Allman have tied the game up at 3 apiece with 13 seconds to go, Joey. This one has overtime written all over it.
Not only read your mind, but read Tigers defense as well. Both players in the final third playing aggressively once again, and they get caught out. A beautiful counterattack coming through from Allman, tying things up 3-3, 10 seconds to go, and it looks like overtime might be destined.
1 second to go. The ball will hit the ground, and in all 3 games here of the opening match here in the District Esports League, Joey, we have gone to overtime. Next goal wins. Next goal moves on in the upper bracket. The team that does not score will have their second chance at life in the lower bracket. But a lot on the line here between Allman and Tigers. Great interception there from RC. Fury Soccer back on defense with the save. Shot goes high. Allman trying to press, now going back onto defense is Extractor, trying to get there, enough pressure onto Tigers, plays the ball off into the corner. RC shot near post, big save by Fury. Fury coming up clutch on the goal line. Clears the ball out. The follow-up shot, oh, it went off, may have gone off the player, but regardless, Tigers have scored. It is RC 2006-10. Joey, we're going to give him the full read of his username here. Tigers punching their ticket to the next round. 4-3 in overtime. All 3 games going to overtime. And Tigers punching their ticket to the 3rd round.
Yeah, absolutely. You hate to, I feel bad for Extractor there, John. Unfortunately, right there for the chance to save that goal, and it's just a slightly bad deflection, ends up going back into his own goal there. And we do see Tigers advancing. They earned it, though. Both teams played exceptionally well. Neither team out of today's tournament as of yet, as we will see a second chance come in here for Allman as well.
Absolutely. Allman will be dropping down to the lower bracket for their second chance at life here to run the lower bracket. A little bit of a journey going out in the 1st and 2nd round there. But Allman, definitely a team that can do it. A team that just did not go away. Tigers really struggling to kind of pull away. Again, all 3 games going to overtime, Joey. I can't think of a better way for opening week here at District Esports League presented by Events DC than to have your opening match have this kind of talent from the get-go, forcing overtime. 2 teams is so evenly matched. And Joey, it came down to the wire in every single game. If this is setting the precedence for the rest of today's tournament, I'm stoked.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lots of great action here in matchup number one. Like you said, 3 overtime periods, and a lot of those overtimes coming on just simple goals right at the end. Not like long drawn out 0-0s, not long 1-1s that happen in the first minute. Goals that are scored in the last few seconds to drive us to those overtime periods. Really exciting first matchup and many more to come today.
All right, Joe. So it looks like we do have our next matchup. It is going to be Al-Qasim Esports versus PRK Plus. PRK Plus taking the win over Team N4, and Al-Qasim Esports taking the win over Riot. We are going to jump right into game number one between these two teams. It looks like we may have not had all the players join in at the same time. It looks like this one might be destined for a remake here as, yep, all the players are hopping out. So we're going to have to go ahead and do a quick restart there. It happens from time to time. It's week one, Joey, where the players are still getting used to hopping in, press and play at the right time. We're still trying to, it's all good. It's all good. It's all week one. But Joey, this is a really exciting matchup here. Again, Al-Qasim Esports taking the win over Riot before jumping in there for that restart here for that matchup. But again, let's just kind of take a quick recap of everything we've seen here in the District Esports League, starting with the Winter League. It was absolutely fantastic. It was a very long season, but it culminated in the winter games. It was absolutely fantastic. The participation, the skill that we saw, it was a great way to highlight Rocket League talent, not just around the world, but also here in the DMV region. Really exciting. And that kind of builds that hype up for this spring season of District Esports League. And, I believe DEL is also adding Smash into the tournament as well. So there's going to be 2 titles now being played in the District Esports League. It's growing. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of great gaming action back and forth. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors, but especially a big thank you to all of you who are watching, participating in chat. We're paying attention over here. We can see chat scrolling. Everyone's having a great time seeing these teams go back and forth playing amazing Rocket League action. And Joey, it does look like we are back in here for this matchup between Al-Qasim and PRK. And BMWI strikes first for Al-Qasim Esports. 7 seconds in, they'll go ahead and take the lead.
Yeah, really quick first blood drawn here from Al-Qasim coming through. PRK Plus, we haven't seen too much of them, John. I don't think we've casted either one of these teams as of yet, unless they are playing down playing as another name here in the spring compared to what they did in the winter.
Hashim on the goal line, gets it to go. Al-Qasim striking twice early, 15 seconds in. PRK Plus now down by 2. Has a little bit of a hole to dig out here. BMWI gets credit for the save there. Great opportunity from PRK Plus. Hashim back towards midfield. Back onto defense, looking to clear it out is BMWI. And Hashim from the sharp angle. BMWI picking up the assist, makes it 3-0 over PRK Plus.
Yeah, BMWI with a very nice pass there. Looked like he was going to go for the ball himself, but ends up passing it off. Maybe a little bit of a strafe play there. Hashim coming through and putting that away for the goal. 3-0, John, just over 30 seconds into this one. Al-Qasim playing on a different level so far.
Off that face-off. It's Hashim off the side wall towards midfield, back onto the left wall. The pressure from Al-Qasim all over PRK. The follow-up by Hashim will make it 4-0. Joey, 54 seconds in, 4 goals to Al-Qasim.
Yeah, this team's looking hot right now. PRK there with an opportunity to save. Unfortunately, not able to get it off before Hashim finds another goal.
Hashim strikes again, just mere seconds after making it 4-0. It is 5-0 off of a beautiful face-off goal. Keeps it on the ground, 5-0. And off the face-off, Joey, back-to-back face-off goals makes it 6-0 this time. It's BMWI striking left corner pocket and in. 6-0.
Also threading the needle on that shot. Not only is it a kickoff goal, but right between both cars of PRK Plus. Absolutely beautiful stuff there coming out from BMWI. And another opportunity off there passing to Hashim.
Ball up to the side wall. PRK Plus finds themselves on the wrong side of a lopsided score. Trying to find a way back into this game. BMWI plays it back with a beautiful backflip. Machine back towards midfield, able to pinch the ball off the wall. Shots on target. And in, Hashim with a beautiful play from distance off the side wall makes it 7-0 for Al-Qasim Esports.
Absolutely potent play from them so far, John. I believe Hashim is up to 5, maybe 6 goals at this point. Just continuing to pour them on 3.5 minutes through here. I mean, absolutely amazing stuff. The teamwork has been next level. Yeah, you had 2 kickoff goals, but a lot of the other goals they've played together have been some nice passes between the two. Another opportunity here as Hashim clears it out from mid.
And unfortunately, without any pressure there coming from PRK Plus, Al-Qasim Esports feels comfortable pressing up. They have no problem continuing to put that pressure onto PRK Plus, and it's resulting in goal after goal after goal. PRK Plus may not be able to come back to win this game, but if they're able to find a way to crack Al-Qasim's defense here and put some pressure on them, they might be able to set themselves up for a rebound here in game 2.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. If you guys are getting blown out in a game, it's time to start looking at different things, try some different strategies, maybe play a little bit more aggressively, or if that's what's killing you, maybe pull back a little bit more and look for more counterattacks. So far, PRK Plus not quite finding that exact formula that they need to have against Al-Qasim.
Hashim in the corner. Looks to play it off the back wall. Can't get it to go. Ball bouncing around between both teams here in the midfield. Picked up by Hashim, shot on target. BMWI picks off the side wall. Back into the corner. Hashim is there going aerial. Plays it off to the left. Able to pick it up, has one defender to beat, flips it up and over. That is 6 goals for Hashim, 8 in total for Al-Qasim Esports. And with under 2 minutes to go, it is 8-0.
The double hat trick on a beautiful side flip right above the car. Nice little dribble coming in, add a little style points onto the scoreline of 8-0. Al-Qasim looking impeccable here in game 1.
BMWI plays it in the air to Hashim. PRK Plus really struggling to get out of their defensive end. It's another shot on frame, which means it's another goal for Al-Qasim. BMWI scoring as well. That's going to be his hat trick as well. Makes it 9-0. Hashim with a double hat trick, but BMWI with his hat trick as well makes it 9-0. BMWI with the demo. This lopsided affair here, plays the ball over. Hashim finds BMWI, plays it off the backboard. Hashim was waiting, but BMWI will just drop down from the ceiling, finish it off himself. It is a double-digit lead. It is a double-digit score. It is 10-0. Al-Qasim Esports.
Yeah, Al-Qasim has done that a few times so far in this matchup. They've been able to find ways to put themselves in a position to either score by the person knocking the ball off the wall or off the goalpost, or to pass it off to a partner for that opportunity. It really plays a lot of mental games with the team you're up against, and so far, no real answers from PRK Plus.
Hashim trying to threaten once again. Looking for goal number 11, under a minute to go. PRK Plus just looking for that game reset here, looking to go to game 2. Biggest thing here, Joe, we touched on it a little bit, is they're going to need to find a different strategy here. Obviously, what they've been trying to do here to break Al-Qasim's defense is just not working. No pressure whatsoever here in game number 1. In fact, I can't remember the last time Al-Qasim was back in their defensive end. It feels like all the pressure has been on offense from Al-Qasim, and PRK just has really struggled to find a way to clear the ball out, let alone go on the attack.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the only time the ball has been in the side of Al-Qasim is not really been a PRK plus opportunity. It's more been Al-Qasim passing it back to find another way to attack once again. As you said, just ultra aggressive so far, but cleanly doing it. Constantly finding the opportunities to either pass to one another or to find a way to score a goal off of it. Just 18 seconds left in this one, but 11-0. Al-Qasim looked dominant here in game 1.
On that face-off, neither team wanted to really hit the ball. But eventually it was picked up, and BMWI will get another goal, 12-0, 9 seconds to go. Here in this best of 3, Al-Qasim with a statement game here in game number 1.
Yeah, this is one of those things. Our first game had 3 overtime games within that match, John. And now you have game 1, at least, of this one being an absolute blowout in the favor of one team. And you get that from time to time in tournaments. We'll have to see how PRK does answer this heading into game 2. They know how Al-Qasim's going to play, and it's going to be ultra aggressive. They know they're going to bring that pressure. They're going to bring many shot opportunities. They've had, it had to be close to 20 shots, 17 in this one. So definitely a lot of shots coming out from the side of Al-Qasim. If I'm the side of PRK Plus, I think I start looking for more of a counterattacking opportunity, allow Al-Qasim to make mistakes. I don't know if they're going to make too many mistakes from the way they played there in game 1, but I feel like that's the best chance of a goal for PRK here.
PRK with that clean sheet here now in game 2. It looks like we may have had an issue here with players joining in once again. Only saw 3 on the field. To see what the ruling here is on that. If Al-Qasim's goal striking first here 3 seconds in. Okay, it looks like it will be a restart here in game number 2. Just waiting for that official word. PRK will score their first goal here in the tournament. Just waiting to see if this game is going to be replayed, or pardon me, remade, or if we're going to be going forward here with this match. Okay, they are going to be going, so this will be game 2 here between Al-Qasim and PRK after that little glitch of a start there here in game number 2. All even at 1 apiece. PRK, Joey, scoring their first goal here in this series, but Al-Qasim doesn't keep it even for long, as Hashim once again, the goal-scoring maestro from game number 1, strikes again, makes it 2-1, Al-Qasim Esports.
Yeah, and just a reminder, PRK will still have a chance even if they do end up losing game 2 here. They'll drop down to the losers bracket. One of the things with Al-Qasim, John, we could be witnessing one of today's tournament favorites. Us having so many new teams in the tournament today, we really don't know too much of what to expect. But so far, Al-Qasim has shown us to expect a lot of goals in their matches.
Absolutely. Al-Qasim really playing on a different level here. Just, I mean, you take a look at the way they've been playing this game. Whether it's beautiful passing plays leading to goals, whether it's beautiful solo plays, it doesn't feel like there's a way you can stop them. They're able to adapt to whatever kind of defense you're throwing at them, and they will find a way. Like right there, BMWI striking again, making it 4-1. That was great defensive pressure by Al-Qasim, and it was a beautiful one-touch back post and in, 4-1 now lead for Al-Qasim. I mean, there's almost no way to stop this team.
Well, and it wasn't even a one-touch. They did it so masterfully that both cars were able to touch that ball and direct it. So it was like a soft pinch from that corner. It's just absolutely beautiful stuff, and it's just next-level play between these two as a duo.
And they are not stopping there. Under 4 minutes to go, and another opportunity. Al-Qasim Esports just pouring on the pressure. Unfortunately, they won't be able to get that clean sheet like they had in game 1. But nonetheless, they are looking for goals on goals, and Hashim striking again. 4 goals for Hashim here in game number 2 makes it 5-1 for Al-Qasim Esports. On the restart, BMWI off the backboard. Hashim is there. Kind of bounces back and forth there on the goal line. BMWI holding back towards midfield, will play back into his defensive end. Hashim is there, plays it up on the side wall for BMWI. Now on the goal line, the defense was there in time but couldn't clear it off. BMWI will get credit for the goal. And with 3 minutes to go, Al-Qasim Esports is up 6-1 against PRK Plus.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate goal coming out there. PRK Plus had someone in position there to make the save. It looked like it was going to go through, but Al-Qasim able to get that double touch on that one to find the goal in the end. 6-1. PRK Plus starting to play a little bit more effective defense over the last minute.
The ball up once again, plays it off the ceiling, drops on frame and in. The finesse from the ceiling makes it 7-1. Hashim striking again.
This whole series has been a finesse, it feels like, from Hashim. Time and time again, just beautiful touches off the wall, beautiful touches off the kickoff. Once again, finding another goal opportunity. 7-1 in this one, 2:30 remaining. Al-Qasim with that series lead of 1 at the moment as well.
Ball played off to the side. From wall to wall. The shot from distance won't go. The follow-up just above the crossbar. Al-Qasim Esports putting more pressure on. PRK Plus desperate to get it out of their defensive end. Trying to stop the bleeding, but it might be too late. BMWI plays it back onto their defensive end to reset. Finds Hashim's shot. Too high, looking for that play off the backboard. Can't get it low enough. Beautiful passing play in BMWI and Hashim. Back to the side wall. Chance here for PRK Plus. Hashim is there on the goal line to clear it out. Danger averted, now looking to go the other way. Not out of danger yet. Approaching that 1 minute mark, it is 7-1 for Al-Qasim Esports. Just with 60 seconds to go, it is all but over for Al-Qasim Esports here. They will punch their ticket to the next round. PRK Plus, after taking the 2-0 win in their last round matchup, will be dropping down to the lower bracket for their chance at second life there. And BMWI with goal number 3 here in game number 2 makes it 8-1, 39 seconds to go.
Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, John, I'm curious to see how PRK Plus plays up against another opponent. We really don't know their skill level as of yet. This is the first time we're seeing them here today in the tournament. Al-Qasim showing us that they are a top team, at least so far from what we've seen on stream. And I'm curious to see what these two teams match up against a few other opponents to kind of weigh out their skill a little bit more. But so far, Hashim just, again, yet another goal. Looks like double digits could be approaching.
PRK Plus almost able to get the clearance on the goal line, but Hashim just smothering PRK Plus there on the goal line. 9-1, under 30 seconds to go. And Joey, you said it, we might be looking at double digits again.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance here with another about 15 seconds left on this clock. They are going to bring it back to their own end, but they should have time for at least one more attack.
Will they be able to do it? Ball played in BMWI, back post and in. You can call him the Swami. Joey predicts it. 10 goals here for Al-Qasim Esports. Makes it 10-1. PRK plus 7 seconds away from dropping down to the lower bracket.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that too impressive of a prediction here, just seeing how potent Al-Qasim has been in scoring goals today, John. Just time and time again, we saw it double digits in game one. This one, 20 seconds left on the board. It feels like that's plenty of time for them to score another. They do it here, 10-1. So PRK Plus pulling a goal back here in game two. Unfortunately, not enough to avoid that second lower bracket.
Al-Qasim Esports punching their ticket to the next round. After two dominating performances here in game one and game two. Joe, I don't know if you saw that. Al-Qasim Esports' ping. Both players, one approaching 200, the other player approaching almost 250 on the ping scale there. That's very impressive, being able to play with that kind of a high ping in a game that requires so much accuracy onto not only your car, but onto the ball as well.
Yeah, they made it look very smooth. Most likely that ping coming from international players as well. And that's one of the cool things about this event. Not only does it pull in players from the DMV area, but it will pull in international players as well from time to time. Just a reminder for those competing from other countries, if you're not DC, Virginia, or Maryland, you cannot qualify for those league points, but still plenty of great prizes on the line from these Game Gym events, John. And another great tournament today so far. We've seen two matchups, one very close with those 3 overtime games, one not so close, let's say. Two double-digit scoring opportunities there coming out from Al-Qasim. As they do move on to the next round, we will see both opponents potentially later on in the stream, but Al-Qasim looking very strong so far in the tournament.
Yeah, Joey, in our first two matchups, we've kind of run the complete gambit here of what you can really expect in Rocket League. We have had 3 really close games here in our first matchup. Our second matchup, close might not be the word I would use to describe any of those games. It was a very dominating performance. So we've kind of seen we've seen the best of the best, and we've seen a blowout. So pretty much everything else falls in between that. Al-Qasim Esports is going to be like a team, like you said, Joey, that we're going to have to continue to watch here throughout this tournament. They do have that potential to go the distance. And while they may not be able to qualify for the Spring Summit, they still have the opportunity of winning those sweet, sweet HyperX Cloud earbuds, the wireless edition, if you will. So that's a pretty sweet prize there as well. So we do actually have our next matchup. I believe it is going to be Beluga Whales versus Answer Esports. We'll see if they have the answer to take on the Beluga Whales here in our third matchup on stream here in week 1 of the spring edition of the District Esports League presented by Events DC, just moments away from the start of that matchup as well. But Joey, nonetheless, as our production team is telling us they're working on it. They're working on it. Okay, we're just a few minutes away from that next matchup between Beluga Whales and Answer Esports. But Joey, let's just talk a little bit about the differences between those two games that we witnessed here on stream. Obviously in our first matchup, there's a lot to take away about, okay, you fall down a goal, you can fight back, you can always tie it up, force it to overtime. It's still anybody's game. But the lessons from a blowout, it's very difficult sometimes for you as a player, if you're especially on the lopsided end of a blowout, to really try to find some positive takeaways from something like a 10-1 or a 12-0 loss. Sometimes you have to sit back and say, okay, look, obviously it wasn't our best game. What did we do right? Let's look at the small things we did right. How can we work to improve on that? It's not necessarily a loss, if you will, if you don't learn from the experience. If you lose like that and you don't learn from that experience, that's really the only time you lose in these situations. Everything can be used as a learning opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe it's one of those chances where you didn't do anything right. And that's totally fine as well, because then you look at the other team. If you have a team like we saw with Al-Qasim come out there and do extremely well, why did they play so well? What were they doing that completely obliterated us in these games? How are they able to score double-digit goals in both of these games as well? the passing, the teamwork. How do they set one another up? What's the communication going on? And I feel like there's a lot to learn from these higher level teams as well. And if you're a lower level team, maybe you do have that blowout here and there. Maybe it's just because you're up against an extremely good team like we saw in this last matchup. But what can you learn from them? As John said, maybe not just learning from your own mistakes, but learning from what the other team does well as well.
All right. So it looks like they are remaking that lobby here between Beluga Whales and Answer Esports here. So just a few moments away from that, as well as we are waiting for those teams to hop on there. Again, Joey, a big shout out to all of our sponsors and all of our viewers. But again, our sponsors, Events DC and the DC Department of Parks and Recreation. Please definitely do check out both of their websites for upcoming events in the DC area. Events DC at eventsdc.com. and DC Parks and Rec at dpr.dc.gov. And with that, Joey, game one between Beluga Whales on the blue side and Answer Esports on the orange side, underway on this best of 3 series. That is Slasher and Fidgety there on the side of Beluga Whales.
Frigidity, I believe, like
Frigidity. Frigidity. It is cold. You're kind of playing in an open warehouse there, you know? A little breezy out there. Frigidity looking for a play on that near post. It's Banks on Twitter. Joey, talk about plugging your social media in a game as Frigidity scores. I don't know if that defense deserves a follow on Twitter or not, but Frigidity striking first for Beluga Whales.
Yeah, it's Banks not able to quite clear that one out in time. Frigidity just takes it right around the corner around and finds the goal here to open things up just about a minute in. Beluga on the board.
Ball played into the corner. Frigidity looking to add on to Beluga Whales scoreline, and it's going to be Slasher instead, doubling the lead for Beluga Whales. It is 2-0 for the Whales.
Yeah, Slasher just going up and getting that one. Once again, Banks not quite able to make the save there as we do see Beluga go up 2-0 here in just under a minute in. John, we're not seeing too much from Answer. So far, they are making themselves an opportunity to find an answer as they do find themselves down by 2 at this point in the game.
Frigidity on the side wall, going aerial. Challenge there in the air by its Banks. Slasher now off the wall, playing it on frame just above the crossbar. Couldn't get it to drop down and under. Frigidity back on defense. It's Banks trying to open the scoring here for Answer Esports. Now back onto defense. Les is there as well for the save. Slasher shot on goal. Les turns it aside. Now it's Banks going the other way, but Frigidity back in time to play it off into the corner. Les puts the demo onto Frigidity. Now Slasher, the shot on frame and in. Beluga Whales 3-0 over Answer Esports with 2:59 remaining here in game number 1.
2 minutes in, and the Whales are just swimming so far, tallying 3-0 just a couple minutes in, and so far really pulling in most of the shots as well. A few coming out from the side of Answer, but no goals on the board yet as Beluga dominates.
This will be a face-off goal from Slasher just 3 seconds after going up 3-0, and it's now 4-0. Beautiful shot to the right post and in. Beluga Whales sailing away with this one here in game 1.
Absolutely, just dominant stuff. If you're Answer, you've got to find an answer sooner than later. It seems like Beluga just getting all the shots they want, finding plenty of goal opportunities. We do see a nice demolition coming out there from Answer, but no goal on the backside of it.
Slasher shot goes just wide to the left. Now into the corner, it's Banks trying to clear the ball out. Les towards midfield. Can't get pressure onto Beluga Whales as of yet. Halfway mark, 4-0 for Beluga Whales here in game 1. Banks back on defense. Dangerous play there, looking to clear it out. Answer Esports really struggling to get anything going on the offensive end. Kind of stuck on their defensive zone all game long so far, approaching that 2-minute mark. Slasher unable to rotate on top of the ball to force a shot down. Looking to go the other way. Frigidi is there. Good save. Plays it off into the corner. Frigidi going aerial, looking to play it down. Looking for that back corner. Will redirect it in 5-0 Frigidi. Striking once again. $1:51 remaining here in game number 1.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful stuff coming out there from Frigidi. Able to dribble that one through the air for most of the field there. Finding that upper corner, not even needing a second touch there as it just drops in like a nice teardrop.
Frigidi sails in, the beautiful shot from the air, and a beautiful play there from Slasher makes it 6-0. Beluga Whales.
Absolutely beautiful aerial play once again from Frigidi, finding the goal on the end of it. 6-0 here, 1:45 left. Beluga looking dominant so far, John. This is their sea of goals so far in game 1.
On the faceoff, nobody wants it. Finally, Slasher comes around for Beluga. We're back underway, 1:40 to go. And Answer Esports may just be looking forward to resetting here in game number 2. Has Frigidi on a beautiful passing play, back post by Slasher, makes it 7-0.
Yeah, nice little pinch coming out there, and then some nice teamwork. Slasher to Frigidi, putting that one away. He's really securing the goal there, securing the lead very dominantly here in game 1, John. Similar to the game 1 we saw last match. A very dominant performance from one team over the other, but Answer, I feel like, could have an answer here in game 2. Definitely some adjustments that could be made to slow down the side of Beluga.
And Joey, fun fact here, Slasher was actually a finalist last District Esports League season as well. So Slasher making his return here into the District Esports League here on stream for the spring season as well. So a player who's very familiar with the DEL and the competition here. So it's great to see Slasher back here in the District Esports League once again. Now playing with the Beluga Whales and really putting out a dominant performance so far.
Yeah, definitely showing the veteran presence, knowing this league. Maybe not necessarily the players he's up against, but so far showing that he is a veteran of the DEL with a dominant Game 1 performance.
Thanks with the demo on to Slasher. I don't know if I like that, Joey. We say something nice about Slasher, then he gets demoed in game. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But 30 seconds to go. Beluga Whales up 7-0. Frigidi over to Slasher. Down and in, makes it 8-0 here in game number 1.
Yeah, I think he's feeling just fine here, John. Goes ahead and gets demoed, turns right back around and scores a goal. The 8th for his team. Beluga Whales with a dominant game run performance. 22 seconds left to go. If your answer, I think you really got to change up your play style going into game 2. Very few shots coming from their side. It's really been a dominant Beluga Whales offensive performance here in this one. For the side of Answer, there are counterattacking opportunities, but the way we see some of the players flying in this particular matchup, Frigidi in general has been flying extremely well. If you can't shut down that fly route, you're going to have to find another way around it, either matching it in aerial play or finding a way to knock him down and bring him back down to earth.
8-0 will be the final score here for Beluga Whales in game number 1. They'll take the series lead 1-0 over Answer Esports. Joey, going into game 2, we're going to need to see some more answers here on the side of Answer Esports, because what they were doing here in game 1, unfortunately, was not good enough to put any pressure onto the Beluga Whales. I mean, they really just took game 1 from the get-go and just really sailed away with game 1. Answer Esports looking to find a way to change up their play to try to take game 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Game 1 was 100% a story of a Beluga Whales offense. No real defense needed as Answer was not able to get too many shots on the board. Beluga just continuing to pour in those shots time and time again. And so far in this one, it looks like Frigidi going to the air looking for that first shot opportunity as well.
It's Banks on Twitter. On defense now. Over to Les. Can't make anything happen of it once the ball gets past midfield. Back on the defense again. Luckily for Answer Esports, the ball went wide on the side wall. Banks' shot goes high. Les is back on defense. This is Banks trying to get back. Slasher looking for Frigidi, can't find him. It's Banks now looking to respond. The shot turned aside by Slasher. Frigidi now into his defensive corner. Les is there, the shot. Slasher turned aside now. Frigidi gets taken out by Les. It's Banks trying to go aerial. Answer Esports coming out a little more aggressive here in game 2. So far, so good. It is still even, 0-0. 3:45 to go. Now Banks on offense, challenged there by Frigidi. Ball still in Beluga Whale's defensive end, looking for the clearance. Les plays it back in. The slow roller towards the back post. Frigidi is there to clear it to the side. Back into the side wall. Banks is there. Going aerial, looking to strike the back post. Slasher is there. Keeps it out. Les back in the air, finds it's Banks, but it's Frigidi on the line with another beautiful save. 3 minutes to go. No goals scored here in game number 2 after a flurry of goals in game number 1 on the side of Beluga Whales. Approaching that halfway mark. Still tied up.
Yeah, absolutely, John. Answer Esports looking like a completely different team here from game 1 to game 2, playing a lot more aggressively, finding more shot opportunities. Unfortunately for them, we are seeing Frigidi come up with a number of saves as well, but the opportunity is definitely coming in. Slasher looking for one there and not able to turn it.
Slasher now back on defense towards midfield. Frigidi from the corner plays it over Les. Gets the clearance they need. Slasher, slow shot from the air, won't drop in time. Ball across the face of the goal. Beluga Whales looking to strike first here at that 2-minute mark. Slasher plays it back towards the middle of the field. Frigidi not there to help him out. Back on defense, ball played in for Answer Esports now. It's Banks unable to get the right angle on the ball. Now Frigidi on the right side wall now. Going off the ceiling, looking to drop it in. The shot, Les is there, turns it aside. Slasher back in to the corner. Play it back to Frigidi, who misplays it but gets back in time. Frigidi through midfield on the side wall. Under $1:30 to go, no goals after a just storm of goals in game 1, Joe. We have yet to see a single goal. It's Banks trying to change that right now, but Slasher on the goal line, back post, clears it out. Now looking to go the other way. They have an opportunity. Les is back in time. Another great save. Frigidi now in the corner, under 60 seconds to go. Best of 3 between Beluga Whales and Answer Esports. Slasher with a beautiful back flip save. Looks for the clearance. Now Slasher looking to go on the attack. 40 seconds to go. Approaching that next goal territory to win the game. And if Beluga Whales gets it, that'll be their second win, which will put them through to the next round. 30 seconds to go. Answer Esports needs to find a way to score to extend this to a game 3. The shot by Slasher, it's Banks, might have earned a follow on Twitter after that save. Keeping this one all even, under 10 seconds. Next goal would win. Frigidi back on defense, might be looking to play for overtime. And that is where we are heading, Joey. Our 4th overtime match of week 1 for the spring edition of the District Esports League. And this one after a major turnaround from Answer Esports.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking like a completely different team here in game 2, as we said earlier on in the match, playing much better defensively, finding ways to find offensive opportunities that they didn't have in game 1 either. And so far, starting off this overtime quite aggressively in the mid.
25 seconds into overtime. Next goal wins. If that goal is scored by Beluga Whales, they will be moving on. If it is scored by Answer Esports, we are destined for game 3. Frigidi near post and out. 40 seconds in. And it's Banks taking out Slasher. Frigidity looking to make something happen. Plays it strong off the back wall and the backboard. Ball played back in. Beluga Whales threatening here. The shot upper corner and in. Frigidity strikes for Beluga Whales, and they have dispatched Answer Esports 2-0. 54 seconds into overtime here in game number 2, and they will be moving on to the next round.
Absolutely. It looks like they may have found an answer defensively to Beluga Whales. Unfortunately for them, not in overtime, as Beluga does find the goal they need to advance. Answer Esports drops down into that lower bracket as Beluga Whales sail on.
Joey, it was kind of weird seeing these two teams in game 1 and game 2. You said it earlier. It feels like two completely different teams that we saw here. In game 1, Beluga Whales just storming away with a solid 8-0 win. Here in game 2, not a single goal scored until overtime. It was a very weird, kind of like polar opposites there between game 1 and game 2, but nonetheless, Beluga Whales able to pull out the victory and punch their ticket to the next round. Joey, this is going to bring us to our first break today. So we're going to throw it to a quick commercial break, but I know you're not going to go anywhere, chat. I know you're not going to leave because there is more exciting Rocket League action here at the District Esports League coming up next. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the District Esports League presented by Events DC. My name's John Fiasco Byram. That dude next to me, wave Joey. He's Joey Courtside King McDermott. There you go. Hi, Joey. Let's throw up the peace signs there. Welcome back, everyone. Week 1 action here at the District Esports League. Joey, we are all the way to the upper bracket semifinals now. We have seen the entire spectrum of Rocket League play, it feels like, here between our very first match, which was a nail-biter, all 3 games heading to overtime, to a blowout matchup the next round, to our most recent match on stream. A blowout in game 1 and a game that went to overtime with only 1 goal being scored. It feels like we've seen everything so far, and now we're going to be heading in to the upper bracket semifinals between Rebels and Al-Qasim Esports. And Joey, last time we saw Al-Qasim Esports, that's the team we were referencing when I just said we've seen a blowout here as well. That was a 2-game domination by Al-Qasim Esports, and now we're going to see another opportunity here if they can recreate that same kind of magic in these semifinals.
Absolutely. Was it a fluke or was it actually Al-Qasim being that good? Rebels is going to give us a good chance to look at that here in this next matchup. Al-Qasim, as you said, John, just continue to pour on goals. Not only a domination, but an absolute domination, finding ways to score double-digit goals in both of their games to advance. Once again, advancing after their on-stream matchup and now finding themselves here in the semifinal. Some really good Rocket League so far today, and I think it just continues on from here with this next matchup.
And really, when you talk Al-Qasim Esports, you have to talk Qasim. The guy who scored a double hat trick in game 1, and then I think it was like either like another 5 or possibly another double hat trick there in game 2. The guy's a scoring machine. If you're able to hold him back, you have a chance to take a game, possibly the series. And that's not a knock against BMWI, who's a very talented player as well. But everything felt like went through Qasim, and with his ability to score that many goals, you stop him, you can stop that team.
Definitely a team effort, though. Qasim did score quite a few solo goals, but a lot of those on assists from BMWI as well. I think we'll see more of that here in game 1 as scoring does get started, but by the opposing team of Rebels this time with Hikosis. How do you pronounce it? Hyksos?
Hikosis sounds kind of cool, but I don't know if that's how it's pronounced.
Hyksos? Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to work on that one as we go.
We'll do that one live. We'll evolve that name from time to time throughout the stream. All good here. So starting off, good start for Rebels, striking first against Al-Qasim Esports. Now Qasim, that player we were just talking about in the pre-show here before this matchup started, definitely one to watch. Again, a big shout out to all of our sponsors. Once again, our presenting sponsor, Events DC. Check them out at eventsdc.com for all the upcoming events here in the DC area. And our powered by sponsor, DC Parks and Recreation. Check them out at dpr.dc.gov as well. Approaching that 1 minute mark, Rebels have struck first. Heikos with the first goal. Just seconds in. I believe it was just 1 second in. I believe it was a face-off goal to start off this game one here in the semifinals of the upper bracket. Hashim on the side wall. BMWI is there. Perfectly angled, head-on course with the ball. Ties it up at 1 apiece. 3:37 remaining. We are all even here in game number 1.
Beautiful goal. And as we've said, John, this team is capable of scoring. We saw it in their earlier match on stream, and they put up a number of goals. This one could be no different, but so far, Rebels coming out and showing that they can score on their own as well.
Hashim on the side wall again. Mason is there. Mason for Rebels getting back onto defense. BMWI with the save. The follow-up shot cleared out by Hashim, now looking to go the other way in the air. Plays it off the backboard. BMWI is there. Shot goes just wide. Hashim pushes the ball off into the corner after the save. Mason back on defense. Plays it back onto the side wall. BMWI on the sidewall trying to push it out. So far, Joey, Rebels have been able to hold Al-Qasim Esports and their high-flying attack pretty even. Like they've held them back quite a bit. Only 2 goals in total, 1 apiece having been scored. This is that same team we saw put up double digits in 2 games on stream here earlier today in the District Esports League, being held to just 1 goal so far at that 2-minute mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams playing well defensively here. We're seeing shots go back and forth between both of them, but so far not too many goals, as we do see one sliding in here from the player we mentioned prior to this game, Hashim, finding that goal and finding the lead, now up 2-1.
Al-Qasim Esports with the lead, under 2 minutes to go here in this best of 3 series. The upper bracket semifinals here in week 1 of the District Esports League. Mason with the save. Hashim going back up, going near post. Mason looking to go the other way now for Rebels. BMWI is there. And Heikos scores, evens it up at 2 apiece. 1:26 remaining. And this might be the most evenly matched up match here between Al-Qasim and anyone in this week 1 series in the District Esports League so far. Mason on the side wall. Plays it off the ceiling. BMWI is there on defense, looks to clear it out. Can't do it. One minute to go. Mason for Rebels. The shot turned aside by BMWI. Mason, the follow-up shot, just gets the nose on the ball, clears it out. Ball bouncing around in the defensive end for Al-Qasim Esports. Under 40 seconds to go. Hashim there back on defense, gets the save and clears the ball out. 30 seconds. Even at 2 apiece here in game number 1. And Hashim will score. 22 seconds remaining. Al-Qasim back on top here in game 1.
Hashim doing a lot of work on this one. Beautiful fly, then able to tap the car opposing him in that goal to find the goal in the end. 3-2, 22 seconds remaining. Still time for Rebels to match this one up and potentially force overtime, but Al-Qasim with the latest score.
BMWI looking to add on to it. 15 seconds to go. Rebels down by 1. BMWI trying to play keep away, plays it off the ceiling, looking to add more onto their score total. Holding that ball away, Rebels running out of time. If Rebels can keep the ball off the ground, they may have a chance to tie this one up. It doesn't look like they will be able to do so as it finally hits the ground, and Al-Qasim Esports will take game 1 in a close back and forth matchup between these two teams. A 3-2 win for Al-Qasim Esports and a 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series.
Yeah, absolutely, John. A much closer game than we saw the first time Al-Qasim made it onto stream. No dominant game here, but a very close one. In the end, they still pull off the win here in game 1, but plenty of action from the side of Rebels showing that they can compete in this matchup.
Game number 2 underway. Al-Qasim Esports with the 1-0 series advantage. Rebels needing to pull off a win here in game 2. Hashim with another save early here in game 2. BMWI into the corner. Mason plays the ball to the side wall. Sheen is there. BMWI clears the ball. Still 0-0 here, approaching 1 minute mark into game 2. BMWI looking to clear the ball out, finds Hashim. Hashim looking to get the shot on frame. Mason is there with another big save. Mason picks the ball up midfield. Can't make anything happen of it there. Ball played back in, now on the defensive side of the Rebels. Hashim plays the ball back in, plays it off the corner. Tries to get it back in front of the middle of the face of the goal, pardon me. And Mason is there with a demo onto BMWI. Cross midfield. BMWI shot above the crossbar. The follow-up shot turned aside. Approaching the halfway mark here in game number 2.
Yeah, neither side able to find too many shots so far in this series. Both able to get right in front of the ball before it ends up counting as a shot. It seems like time and time again. Another opportunity here from Al-Qasim, just shy of the goal.
BMWI with another big save, keeping the score line at 0-0. But Mason comes flying in for Rebels, striking first at the 2:11 mark, and it's Rebels on top, 1-0.
Beautiful off the wall pass there. Mason putting it away in the end, finding that goal, finding first blood here in game 2. Now up 1-0, 2:11 to go.
Ball on the sidewall, played towards center field. Now back to the other sidewall. Rebels holding on to their first lead here in game 2. Mason off the sidewall goes aerial, can't connect. Good defense there from BMWI. Keep that one out.
And big goal off the wall here. Beautiful pass in, finding the goal opportunity once again. Rebels now up 2-0, John. We saw Al-Qasim take game one. Now here in game two, Rebels finds a 2-0 lead, 130 remaining. We know Al-Qasim's potential of scoring goals is definitely there. We've seen it time and time again. Hashim already going in for another opportunity there. Not quite a goal, but still plenty of time left on this clock.
Approaching the 120 mark here, Al-Qasim down 2-0 in this best of three, but holds on to the series lead, 1-0. Mason looking to try to clear the ball out. Hashim has other plans. One minute to go. Al-Qasim down by 2. Rebels holding on to a 2-0 lead right now against one of the highest scoring teams in the league. And BMWI pulls one back with 43 seconds to go. Pulls it back within 1. Still plenty of time. Rebels now lead shrunk to 1.
Yeah, big stuff there from Al-Qasim. We knew they were capable of scoring, John, and they do it there. About 35 to 45 seconds it took to find that goal since we mentioned it. They now have about another 45 to play with to find that tiebreaker to force OT.
And BMWI just absolutely bullies them on the back line, makes it 2-2. We're all even, 2:37 remaining.
And why take all 45 seconds when you can score in about 5 of those seconds, John? Now you have plenty of time to come back here and say, hey, no, we don't want to go to overtime. We want to finish the series off right here. Al-Qasim leads the series 1-0, tied up, 35 seconds left to go here in game 2.
2 unanswered goals by Al-Qasim, seconds apart from each other. And now they're looking to take the lead here late, 25 seconds to go. Mason trying to make something happen there in midfield. BMWI off the side wall, looking for the angle. Hashim is there, the shot saved. Turned aside, BMWI there towards midfield. We'll play it back in, 10 seconds to go. The shot, Mason, the follow-up, can't get it to go. We're heading to overtime. Joey, with under 45 seconds left, it looked like Rebels had it in the bag, but it is now tied up 2 apiece after 2 unanswered goals. The next goal will win, and Hashim will bury it 8 seconds in. Al-Qasim Esports takes the series 2-0, 3 unanswered goals, and they will be heading to the upper bracket final for their opportunity to punch their ticket to the grand final after a 2-0 series sweep over the Rebels.
Yeah, a little bit of a reverse sweep coming in this game, John. As you said, Rebels were up 2-0. They found themselves feeling comfortable. We know 2-0 is a dangerous score in soccer. Now we know it's a dangerous score in Rocket League as well. They were able to pull back. Al-Qasim coming out here, getting the job done, finding ways to score the goals they needed. I was hoping for a little bit more of an interesting overtime, a little bit more back and forth like we saw throughout the series. They got the job done pretty quickly in this one, finding that third goal.
Al-Qasim Esports punching their ticket into the upper bracket final, and they will be taking on the winner of Beluga Whales and Earthka. We're going to go with that. Yes, some of these names, Joey, have had us in tongue twisters all day. We'll see what happens there. And it's just been confirmed. It is going to be Al-Qasim versus Beluga Whales. Joey, both of these two teams are the two teams that we saw put up high goal totals. Obviously, in this last matchup for Al-Qasim, we didn't see 12 goals. We didn't see 10 goals. In fact, we hardly even saw 3 combined. So it's going to be an interesting matchup here. Two teams with high flying capabilities here between their players and their play style. Now they're going to go head to head for the upper bracket final to punch their ticket into the grand final.
Absolutely. And Beluga Whales showed some promise in their previous game as well. Not quite scoring the amount of goals we saw from Al-Qasim earlier on in the tournament, but both teams very potent, both teams playing very well defensively. They both prefer aggression, it seems like so far, John. So I'm curious to see if one decides to go a little bit more of a counter-attacking play here in this next matchup.
All right. And just to give you guys an update here in the lower bracket as well, Let's see here. Looks like Uruguay is currently taking on EOG down in the fifth round here in the lower bracket, as well as Rice Esports and Answer Esports currently going head to head. The winner of Rice and Answer will be taking on Rebels. And then what we're going to go with called Earthka is going to be playing the winner of the Uruguay versus EOG match as well. So they are currently on round 5. Couple more rounds there to catch up. So whoever wins this upper bracket final will get a nice break. They'll get a nice little break to kind of hang back, watch the lower bracket as we'll switch our coverage to the lower bracket down there to find out who will be making that trip using their second chance at life here to the grand finals. So that should be very interesting as well. All right, and we are just moments away from Al-Qasim versus Beluga Whales as we await for that lobby to be created. They are in the process of still making that lobby. And while we are waiting for that lobby to be made, a big shout out to our sponsors. Once again, Events DC, our presenting sponsor. Check their website out, eventsdc.com, for all of the upcoming events in the DC area. That's again, eventsdc.com. And of course, our powered by sponsor, the DC Department of Parks and Recreation. Check them out as well, dpr.dc.gov, for their events and programs as well. All right, so just a few moments away, we're being told here by our production crew for our upper bracket finals here between Al-Qasim and Beluga Whales, a matchup between two high-flying teams. And Joey, we mentioned a little bit before here earlier in the stream, but since we are waiting for that lobby to be created, this season of District Esports League is going to be featuring a new title. Last year it was mainly Rocket League. This year it's Rocket League and Smash is going to be brought to you here as well, right here on the Game Jam Esports Twitch channel. They're going to be doing a little bit of alternation here. So one week we'll be bringing you the Rocket League action. Next week will be the Smash action as well. So again, this week, obviously, we're over here playing Rocket League. Next week will be the Smash tournament as well. It's going to be very, very exciting. And you can always register for any of those two titles here at the District Esports League by heading over to battlefy.com/district. Okay, it's a long one. I'm going to try to work with you here. District-esports-league. All right, we're going to do that one. It's battlefy.com/district dash, it's a dash esports-league. That's where you can go to register for all of these amazing events. And who knows, maybe you and your teammate, or you yourself, if you're playing the 1v1 Smash tournament, will be going home with some amazing HyperX products, or possibly you can earn enough points to punch your ticket into the Spring Summit for your chance at some amazing cash prizes as well.
And in case you guys didn't memorize that link, there's another way to get there. If you just head over to battlefy.com and search Game Jam Esports, it'll pop up as well.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about if I say dash or slash when I'm making that read. You know, it makes it a little bit easier that way. Joey, what makes things even easier is when we go straight into the finals for our upper bracket, where Beluga Whales waste no time whatsoever scoring first. 1-0, as it is Slasher striking first right off the face-off, makes it 1-0 Beluga Whales.
We'll go ahead and get those nameplates changed for you right there. Beluga getting started off nice and hot here, finding that first goal, John. Again, these are both two teams that we've seen be very potent on the offensive side, both able to put up quite a few goals in their previous matches, especially those on stream. Curious to see how this one goes between such high-octane offenses.
EMWI looking to get the goal back. He will, just seconds later, roughly about 15 seconds later up there. 4:33, one apiece. Al-Qasim Esports evens this one up.
Guys, I think we have a very good matchup on our hands here between these two teams. Not only are you going to get that high-powered offense from both sides, but both teams have shown that they can make adjustments when need be. Neither one had to make too many adjustments so far in the tournament, but when they were forced to, they were able to get the job done. Slasher coming in pretty quickly afterwards, finding a second goal here.
Slasher extends the lead now to 1 after losing their early game lead here. Beluga Whales back on top 2-1. All Slasher so far for Beluga Whales. And Hashim does not like playing from behind. Will even this one up just seconds later. Joey, 4 goals, 38 seconds here into game 1.
Yeah, John, I think it's safe to say the Beluga Whales will not be having a safe swim in this matchup. It is going to be a tough one. Both teams will be grinding this one out. I can easily see this going to a game 3 as well between these two. Both such high-powered offenses. Once again, they both are so capable of scoring goals. It's really going to come down to who is able to defend one another the best.
Frigidi able to collect the ball off the backboard. Will find the back of the net. Great pressure from Beluga Whales, intercepting the ball there midfield. Al-Qasim trying to make a great passing play there, but gets picked off, and Frigidi able to find the back of the net, makes it 3-2 with 4:07 remaining. BMWI off the backboard with the save. Looking to go the other way. Slasher is there, able to play the ball down, minimizing the bounce and the momentum from that ball. Now going the other way, BMWI looking to play it off the backboard. BMWI plays out to the side wall. Hashim's shot turned aside, now going the other way. Joey, this is a high-paced back-and-forth game between these two teams who both want to make it to the grand finals. But the great news here is if they're unable to do so, dropping down to the lower bracket, they're not going to have to take too far of a journey, maybe a game or two to try to have their chance at second life. But so far here in game 1, this back-and-forth action is exactly what you want to see here at the District Esports League.
Absolutely. And as you get farther and farther in the brackets, especially with this tournament from what we've seen over the past couple seasons, is it just continues to get more and more impressive of Rocket League play as we go. These two teams showcasing that so far. We're only about 2.5 minutes into this one. We already have 5 goals on the board and some beautiful fly play from both teams.
Frigidi from the side wall, looking for his teammate. Slasher can't get the shot on frame. Slasher will take out BMWI. Now looking to go onto the attack. BMWI back up in time and gets the save. Not out of danger yet. Hashim with another great save. Now Slasher back on defense. All into his defensive corner, looking to clear it out. Frigidi there to help out. Both players for Al-Qasim pressed up, looking to even this one up. 2 minutes left here in game 1. Frigidi going aerial. The shot's going to go too high, looking for that rebound shot, but BMWI is there to clear it out. Hashim now looking to go the other way. The shot, Slasher is there. The follow-up shot near post, not on frame. Now Frigidi looking to go the other way into the corner. Back and forth between both of these teams. Frigidi looking to set his teammate up. Slasher unable to get in position for that shot. $1:30 to go. Beluga Whales holding on to a 1-goal lead. Hashim into the corner. Al-Qasim Esports trying to tie this game up late. Slasher is there, wide open goal. Slasher will not miss, doubles their advantage, 4-2, $1:13 remaining in game number 1.
Slasher using the boost really well. They're just getting ahead of both Al-Qasim players, neither one having a chance to get ahead of that ball. A very clean goal coming out there for Beluga and Slasher.
Frigidi from midfield. The shot turned aside by BMWI, who gets demoed by Frigidi. Don't block his shot, he says. Now going the other way, under 60 seconds to go. Hashim looking for that tight angled shot, can't get there. BMWI comes flying in just a bit late. Now trying to get back onto defense. Beluga Whales looking to add on to their advantage. Shot goes just over the crossbar. Al-Qasim looking to clear their defensive end and find 2 quick goals. Under 40 seconds to go. Through midfield, Al-Qasim Esports now back on defense, 30 seconds left. Beluga Whales applying the pressure. Slasher keeps the ball towards midfield. Al-Qasim has to play it back. Under 20 seconds left. And a big save from Frigidi on BMWI. Under 10 seconds, Beluga Whales looking to hold on here. And with that demo, and unfortunately the time running out, Frigidi at the buzzer crosses the line, makes it 5-2. Beluga Whales taking game 1 over the high-flying Al-Qasim Esports team, who put up 2 double-digit goal games, earlier this series, holds them to like almost 0 goals. It kind of feels like going back and forth here. 5-2. Your final score. Al-Qasim Esports pretty much held back this entire game.
Yeah, Frigidity coming out with a very ice-cold finish there, not only winning by double the goals of what we saw from Al-Qasim, but winning by that additional goal as well, kind of that cherry on top of the cake here in game 1. Beluga Whales comes out, but John, take a look at the shots, 9 and 9 apiece. Both teams finding plenty of opportunities. Beluga Whales getting them to count, though.
Beluga Whales putting up a statement here in game number 1. We'll have to see how Al-Qasim Esports responds here in game number 2. Joey, I mean, we could sit here and say that Al-Qasim has the power to come back here in this series. By no means are they out of it after dropping game 1. We've seen what they're capable of doing. Beluga Whales, a very strong team as well. I expect game 2 to be even closer than what we saw here in game number 1.
Absolutely, and this series is far from over yet, but the other thing to keep in mind, John, is they have a chance at once again playing in the grand finals as well. One of these teams will go to that loser's bracket and has a second chance at life. So regardless of who moves on from here, this could be a preview of the finals to come. And if it is, John, both these teams are fun as heck to watch so far in today's tournament.
BMWI and Hashim. Hashim will open up the scoring here against Beluga Whales. 4:38 remaining here in game number 2. Off the face-off advantage a little bit towards Al-Qasim Esports, but Frigidi will go up in the air to pick it up, and BMWI with the save. Hashim with another save as well. Beluga Whales just inches away from tying this one up, and now they have to get back onto defense as Al-Qasim Esports is applying pressure. Ball above the crossbar, gets it to drop, but can't get the spin into the back of the net. Hashim with a beautiful save onto Slasher's shot. Now Hashim looking to go the other way. Ball picked up midfield by Frigidi, pushed aside by Hashim. Back and forth between both of these teams. BMWI getting credit for the save. Again, under 4 minutes to go, just 1 goal scored, but plenty of opportunities for both teams so far. And that ball will teardrop in. BMWI will double the lead for Al-Qasim Esports. It is 2-0, 3:46 remaining.
Oh, that curve is gorgeous. As you said, just teardropping. Once it gets right to that crossbar, it ends up dropping just below it. A beautiful shot coming out there from BMWI. Once again, getting the job done, finding that second goal. Al-Qasim now finding themselves in that 2-0, unlike we saw with Beluga there in game 1 of this series. (3-0) for Al-Qasim Esports. Beluga Whales taking game 1, but Al-Qasim Esports, like we said here, Joey, they're not out of it by any means. This team is fully capable of making a comeback, and so far, so good for Al-Qasim Esports. Absolutely, and Beluga not out of game 2 here either. Both teams can score so many times. We've seen it so far today's tournament. Matchup after matchup, both these teams putting up a number of goals. This one's still plenty of time left. You're only about 2 minutes in. Yes, you're down by 3, but many opportunities still to come.
Hashim looking to add more on. Beluga Whales' strong defense keeps that opportunity away. The follow-up shot, a beautiful shot from Slasher, pulls one back and cuts the lead to two. A beautiful flip over the last defender finally gets Beluga Whales on the board.
Getting the job done. Hashim almost there for the save opportunity. Unfortunately, just below the ball for the side of Al-Qasim. Not getting the job done in the end, and that goal does get past. Still find himself up by 2, 3 minutes to go.
Now Frigidi will carry it in from the side wall, and Beluga Whales within seconds, Joey, have cut the lead down to 1. 2:56 remaining, and Beluga Whales have scored 2 unanswered.
Not only that, but Frigidi able to get it done with 2 defenders right there. Both players from Al-Qasim had the chance at a save opportunity there. Unfortunately, both of them just falling shy of it as their lead once again gets cut, now only up by 1.
Frigidi with the save into the corner. BMWI shot turned aside by Slasher as well. Great defense on the side of Beluga Whales, trying to keep themselves in this one. The teardrop shot and in by Slasher, just under the halfway mark here of game number 2. And Beluga Whales have scored 3 unanswered to tie this game up at 2:29 remaining.
Slasher with the self alley-oop coming in there, tossing it up in the air and putting it down all by himself, tying this one up 3-3. 2:29 remaining, John, but all the momentum, all of the pressure right now on the side of Al-Qasim as that momentum for Beluga just continues to build up.
Slasher on the side wall. All the momentum feels like it's on the side of Beluga, and they will continue now with 4 unanswered goals. 4-3 Beluga Whales with their first lead here in game number 2. .211 remaining. Beluga Whales with their first lead here in game number 2. Now looking to hold on to that lead and build upon that momentum. That is 4 unanswered goals, and BMWI gets lucky there with a bounce over the defender on the line. May have just misread the positioning of that ball. Goes right over Frigidi and rolls in, and we are all even at 4 apiece.
Yeah, it looks like a very fortunate bounce there coming out for Al-Qasim. That should have been an easy save for the side of Beluga. Unfortunately, just slightly misjudging it there by Frigidi, and it ends up going in, tying this one up just under 2 minutes to go. Both sides at 4-4.
.145 remaining, all even at 4 apiece. In the corner. BMWI looking to play the ball back in, trying to regain their lead after finally scoring after Beluga Whales 4 unanswered. Hashim with his goal again makes it 5-4. Now 2 unanswered on the side of Al-Qasim Esports, and they have regained the lead with 1:23 remaining.
I really like this goal from Hashim here, initially putting it onto the face of goal, maybe looking for a teammate to end up taking the shot in the end. Instead, uses the boost there, gets in front of it. Goaltender not quite in the right positioning as Hashim slides that one through for that lead.
1:15 remaining. Al-Qasim Esports back in the lead. Beluga Whales need to find a way to tie this one up. Just over 60 seconds left. BMWI plays it back towards midfield. Frigidi is there to intercept it, plays it off the backboard, and BMWI is there to clear it out. Frigidi back onto defense. Slasher gets demoed. Hashim picks the ball up at midfield, flips it over one defender, drops it in. No, too high. Can't get it below the crossbar. Hashim off the side wall, and a big save by Frigidi will play it back out to the side. Frigidi along the left side wall. Slasher with the save. Frigidi looking to go aerial to make something happen here. The passing play on frame. BMWI is there, under 30 seconds to go. Hashim now back into his offensive end, looking to add on to the goals, onto their lead, 5-4. Under 20 seconds left. Slasher has to get back. Ball just off frame. Hashim, a beautiful play there from Beluga Whales, gives them last chance opportunity here, under 10 seconds. Hashim, midfield, pushes the ball. BMWI is there, puts it back, post and in. And that is going to be the dagger here in game 2, 6-4. 3 seconds left. Al-Qasim Esports back on the lead, pardon me, and they will tie this series up as well.
Absolutely. Al-Qasim coming out and beaching the Whales here in game 2, John. Beluga came out for a while there, found that stretch of about 3 goals, looking like they were going to come back and potentially dominate here in game 2 to close out the series. But in the end, Al-Qasim saying, no, not today, Mr. Whale, comes out and finds the goals they need, forces the game 3 here. And once again, guys, we have a series on our hands.
All tied up after a 6-4 win by Al-Qasim Esports. Joey, when we saw we had this matchup coming up here in the upper bracket final, this was the matchup we wanted to see from the get-go after we were able to see both of these teams play on stream. They are delivering high energy, high intensity Rocket League action, and we are heading into the pivotal game 3 here, all tied at 1 apiece. Game 1 going to Beluga Whales, game 2 going to Al-Qasim Esports, and game 3 will decide who punches their ticket to the grand finals.
Absolutely, and that is a great way to kick things off with Hashim keeping that momentum going from the end of game 2. They found those 2 late goals, finding an early one here just about 25 seconds in. Hashim drawing first blood.
4:44 to go. 1-0 the scoreline in favor of Al-Qasim Esports. Slasher, the sharp angle, can't get it to go. Frigidity, the follow-up, turned aside by BMWI. Slasher will play it to the other wall. Tries to make something happen, plays it off the ceiling. Teammate is there, and a beautiful save from BMWI keeps the clean sheet intact. Now Hashim going back up. BMWI is there off the backboard. The angled shot looking for the elbow. Can't find it. Frigidity now through midfield. Pops up over one defender and sends it just wide. Able to pick it back up. Can't get it past BMWI. Ball will go into the corner. A lot of action between both of these two teams. And BMWI gets the save off. Just enough underneath the ball to play it off the crossbar and out. Al-Qasim Esports on defense is just shutting out Beluga Whales. It has been very impressive so far here in game number 3.
Absolutely. Al-Qasim coming out, taking that momentum from game 2, finding an early goal here in game 3, and just continuing to keep it going. Almost another opportunity for a goal there, unfortunately just shied away.
Team looking to add on to that lead. Can't get a shot on frame now, looking to go the other way. Now big save from BMWI. Beluga Whales trying to find a way to open up the scoring. Frigidity's shot will be turned aside by Hashim. Just not enough power on that shot. An easy save for Al-Qasim Esports. BMWI's shot will sneak in the near post and in. They have doubled their advantage. It is 2-0, 2:51 remaining here in game number 3.
BMWI with a quick cheeky turnaround, using the wall to his advantage there, and then eventually finding that goal. Now up by 2-0, but John, we've seen that be a dangerous score so far in today's tournament. A number of teams up 2-0 just to get reverse swept within that game and to lose it in the end. We'll see if that's the case here, if Al-Qasim can hold on in game 3.
Shot turned aside by Slasher. And 2 players go flying by. Unable to get there is Hashim, and Beluga Whales finally on the board just under that halfway mark here in game number 3. Pulls one back, 2-1.
Just when they needed to as well, John, just over that halfway mark, 2-1 now, only down by 1 goal. Still plenty of time left on this clock for both sides, though.
And Frigidity, it's almost like he was listening to the stream when you said that, Joey. Ties it up 2 apiece. Still plenty of time, 2:17 to go. Frigidi on the faceoff will play it back into his defensive end, picks up full boost. Slasher playing back towards midfield. Hashim is there. Tries to play it towards the goal, won't get it. Frigidi now, the shot turned aside by BMWI. Slasher shot turned aside by Hashim, now looking to go the other way. On target, but Frigidi got back in time and stops that shot, keeps it at 2 apiece. Hashim trying to get around the defender, plays it off the defender and the far post and in. 3-2 Al-Qasim Esports.
Yeah, Frigidi I thought was going to get the clearance there, but Hashim just really noticing where he was going to go with that ball, able to get in front of it, turn it right back toward the face of goal, and in the end, take a goal off of that shot.
.130 remaining here in Game 3. Beluga Whales down by 1. Winner will advance to the to the grand finals. And Al-Qasim Esports, with that goal by Hashim, makes it 4-2 with 1:25 remaining.
Strings of 2-0 goals. Al-Qasim with the first string, then Beluga Whale answering to tie it back up, but now Al-Qasim back in the lead. 4-2 after a 2-0 run. John, it's just been so back and forth in the series, and it has continued here in Game 3. Still just under a minute and a half to go. Plenty of time for either team to score.
And Slasher Joey, almost like clockwork, pulls one back. Will we see the pattern continue? Beluga Whales now down by 1, 1:16 to go.
Well, if they keep the pattern up at the pace they're going with, we might end up with yet again another overtime in today's tournament. Just continue to score. It feels like every 30 seconds we see 2 goals from the opposing team. Another opportunity here as BMWI shoots it off.
Al-Qasim Esports looking to get their 2-goal lead back, and Hashim will find it. Hashim makes it 5-3 with 1:02 remaining here in Game 3. Beluga Whales now back down by 2, and time not on their side.
Ladies and gentlemen, the streak has been broken. No 2-0 for the side of Beluga Whales as they fall just 1 shy before Al-Qasim begins their streak once again. That could be the difference maker, but 1 minute between these two teams could mean tons of goals still to come. We'll have to see how they play defensively as well.
Ball played into the corner. BMWI looking for that back post. Can't get there. Frigidi is there to put the pressure on. Slasher realizing time is against them. The shot on target and in. A beautiful shot from downtown. Pulls it back within 43 seconds to go. Beluga Whales not done yet.
You gotta like it. Slasher tees it up, takes a little time to grab that boost, and then puts it away with a nice long shot coming in there. Now only down by 1, 43 seconds left to go. Beluga finally getting some of that momentum back. But John, it's been so back and forth. It's tough to tell how this one will go. Whoever finds that play first, and this could be that shot.
Oh, BMWI with another big save on Frigidi. That could have tied it up. Slasher back on time, couldn't clear the ball out. Hashim is there, pulls it back to a 2-goal lead, and Al-Qasim Esports is not going to let Beluga Whales back into this one easily.
Not easily, but not over yet. 30 seconds left to go, and these teams are just scoring left and right. It feels like these Whales are still swimming at the moment here in Game 3. 30
seconds to go. Beluga Whales trying to pull it back. The shot, the follow-up, and in for Frigidi. Back to within 1. It is 6-5, 24 seconds to go. Joey, this is absolutely insane from both of these teams. Beluga Whales making a last-second push.
Not even the grand finals yet, guys. This is the winners bracket finals. These two teams looking so potent on both sides of the ball, though. 6-5, 24 seconds left. John, we could see another goal yet again.
20 seconds to go. Beluga down by 1. Slasher in the air, trying to get it out. Hashim is there to clear it, sends it just wide to the left of the goal. Frigidi back on defense, gets pressured by Hashim. Under 10 seconds left. Down to 5. 1 goal needed. Frigidi looks to clear it out. As long as the ball does not hit the ground, the ball is still alive. That long-range play and the long-range dagger from Hashim. 7-5 Al-Qasim Esports heading to the grand final.
What a hard-fought match by both teams, though. Al-Qasim coming out in the end, taking the series 2-1 with a 7-5 Game 3. Beluga, though, John, they showed so much resiliency throughout this match. I think of Finding Nemo with Dory, just keep swimming. These whales just continue to swim their way back in the series time and time again. It looked like it was going to go all the way. It did go very far, but in the end, Beluga finds themselves down in the losers bracket, looking at those consolation matches as a chance to come back and make their way to the grand final.
I'm telling you this right now, Joey. If I'm a team in the lower bracket and I have to go up against Beluga Whales to make my way back to the grand finals, I'm not feeling too comfortable right now. What they were just able to do against Al-Qasim was absolutely incredible. They pushed them to the limit. And Beluga Whales is going to be a team that, if they find a way to get back up into the grand final, Joey, it's a best of 5 series. I am so excited to see these two teams potentially go back head to head. Just the skill matchup between both of them is not only exciting to watch, it's just exciting for everyone here at the District Esports League.
Absolutely. So much good Rocket League action so far today. We've seen blowouts. We've seen great goals. We've seen really tight matches and at least 4 or 5 overtimes on stream today, John. As we continue to move forward, better and better teams get shown. These last 2 teams, absolutely impeccable stuff, taking it the full distance of the series, all 3 games. And then in the end, we did see a winner. But once again, there's still much more Rocket League to come and best of 5 series later on as well.
All right. So for right now, that's going to do it for our upper bracket portion of the tournament. So we're going to change tunes here a little bit. We're going to go down to the lower bracket. We're going to be picking it back up with our friends Rebels down here in round 6, going up against Rice Esports. That will be our next matchup here for you on stream. The winner of this matchup will be taking on Earthica and EOG in the the finals down there, in the semifinals, down there in the lower bracket. And then the winner of that matchup will have to go up against Beluga Whales, a matchup that is going to be absolutely spicy. So again, this is the lower bracket. Rebels on the blue side, Rice Esports, on the orange side here for you this afternoon. And True Blue trying to make something happen here on the side of Rice Esports. Breaker towards midfield. Mason off the goal line. Breaker putting pressure on. Mason with a big save. And again, with this being the lower bracket, both of these teams have already lost once here in the tournament. If you lose in the lower bracket, unfortunately, that will be it here in week 1. So both of these teams playing for their DEL week 1 lives.
And just a reminder that not all is lost if you do lose out. Obviously, you want to win. You want to go all the way. You want to get those beautiful HyperX earbuds. But if you don't, and you are a member of the DMV region, you do get those nice league points as well. They'll add up to the chance to qualify for the Spring Summit later in May.
Breaker towards midfield, looking to open up the score in the shot. Beautiful save. Icos with the big save there on the line. Shots on target. Rebels great on defense. Still no one scoring to open up game 1 here in this best of 3. Breaker trying to put pressure on. Mason is there. The shot on frame turned aside by True Blue. Breaker back on defense, plays it up and over his crossbar, looking to clear it out now towards midfield. Ball bouncing back and forth. True Blue towards midfield. Breaker going up to stop any opportunities there. Mason on the side wall for Rebels. Both
Yeah,
teams
much
really
different pace game here, John, compared to what we saw in the last one. A much slower, methodical game. Not really too many shots from either side. Definitely no goals on the board as of yet. About a minute left to play here in game one. Eventually, I think we're going to see a little bit more aggression, but so far, it's been a little bit more of reading one another. How should we play this out? And we're starting to see some of that more potent aggression coming out here as we see an offensive play from Rice.
Mason plays the ball into their defensive corner. Breaker on the side wall, looks for the deflection. Might have a chance, far post. 30 seconds left. 0-0 between both of these teams. The teams have slowed down a little bit. 20 seconds to go, entering that next goal win territory. Ten seconds to go. And we're heading to overtime between Rebels and Rice Esports.
Yeah, overtime of a game that it feels like we might not see scoring for quite a while. Hopefully there's some early chance. It looked like a chance there. Unfortunately, ends up in a demo and a deflection. And then True Blue puts it away. Rice Esports pulling in that victory here in overtime, John, for game one. Just looking over game one, there really weren't too many shots coming out from either side. A lot of midfield play, a lot of very slow play back and forth. I feel like game one was both teams feeling each other out a little bit, and I think we could see more potency on the offense, at least from the side of the winning team here of Rice Esports as we head into game two. But so far in game one, there was a lot left to be desired. We see 9 shots coming out for one side as opposed to 6 on the opposing team. So there were some shots, but really not too many shots that looked like great goal opportunities so far in game one.
Yeah, definitely a change of pace from what we are used to seeing here on stream. A very low-scoring game, going the distance, going into overtime. Rice Esports being able to put it away 13 seconds there into game one. Rice Esports now with the opportunity here in game two to advance their lower bracket run. We're starting out here at game two with the first opportunity, and Breaker's going to score first. 8 seconds in, makes it 1-0 for Rice Esports.
Breaking that early tiebreaker as well, in doing so, scoring that first goal just 8 seconds in, as you said, and Rice already finds himself in the lead in this series in a great way to kick off game two.
Breaker on the side wall, plays it to the other corner. Jesus demos True Blue. And Mason will take out Breaker. Good opportunity here for the Rebels. Jesus now down into the corner. Breaker now midfield. The shot up and over the last defender. And Rice Esports have doubled their advantage 50 seconds in here to game two, and it is 2-0.
The Rice has been setting here in the pot of victory potentially, John, as we continue to see them add on to that goal title. It took them a while in game one. It took a little while for that water to boil, but now it is hot, and they are absorbing it as they come out in this one. 2 goals already within a minute, much quicker than their game one.
True Blue off the side wall, tries to play it back in. Jesus looking to clear it out of his defensive end. Ball played back in. Breaker, the opportunity off the crossbar. May have gotten a little assistance there from Mason, and it goes in 3-0 Rice Esports.
Yeah, Hyksos trying to take that one out. Unfortunately, gets it stolen in midfield, and we see it redirected the opposing way with Rice Esports getting the job done for a third goal.
Hyksos with the shot from the side wall. Mason there to clean up also. Can't get it out of that midfield area. Now Hyksos. Breaker with the big save. Keeping this one clean on the side of Rice Esports, 3-0. Ball stuck towards midfield. Now Hyksos looking to try to make something happen for Rebels, looking for their first goal here in game 2. Centering chance there, intercepted. Breaker now through midfield. Carrying the ball on the car. They thought he was going to go high. Breaker stayed low, and it's 4-0 for Rice Esports.
Absolutely simmering at this point, finding a fourth goal just 2 minutes into game 2. I don't know where all the scoring was in game 1, John, but they are sure turning it on here in game 2. Finding all the plays. Breaker with a nice little style play there, carrying the ball on top of his car for that goal opportunity, and still plenty of time left on the board. But as of right now, all the momentum seems on the side of Rice as Rebels is struggling to find shots.
Hyksos in the corner, can't make anything happen there. Mason now on the other side of the wall, trying to make something happen from above. The shot, back post, big save from True Blue. Keeps this one still clean, 4-0 in favor of Rice Esports, approaching that halfway mark here in game number 2. Hyksos trying to make something happen midfield. True Blue playing back just a little bit, but Breaker on the line gets the save. True Blue trying to be in that attacking position, now has a chance through midfield. Ball intercepted by Mason. Breaker into the corner and outside wall, trying to clear his defensive end. Hyksos through midfield. Ball intercepted by Breaker. Tried to go far post, couldn't get the bounce. Keeps it 4-0 for Rice Esports. Breaker now picks the ball up, plays it back in. True Blue is there in the corner, putting the pressure onto Rebels. Centering opportunity will be cleared out by Mason. Now Breaker picks it back up for Rice, plays it back in. Has his teammate there, it's gonna bounce in. Teammate's not gonna touch it. That's gonna be Breaker's goal. A beautiful play from the side wall. Makes it 5-0 for Rice Esports.
Yeah, they practically went into that goal and just planted a flag and made it their own, John. Plenty of opportunities for that ball to go in. Plenty of additional opportunities to tap it in as well. Rice with a very clean goal there in the end. 1:20 to go here. Rebels, unfortunately, finding themselves not only down 1 in the series, but 5 in this game. Looking very tough for them to come back here.
And Hyksos will pull one back for the Rebels. Finally scoring here at the 1:10 mark, makes it 5-1. Now just down by 4 for the Rebels.
Just down by 4. Just down by 4. And hopefully they can turn it on here in the final minute. See if they can pull some of those back. It's not going to be an easy task to do, especially against this Rice Esports team. But as John said, that first goal now on the board, you break a little bit of that stress. Hopefully we see some momentum go in the favor of Rebels here.
Breaker picking the ball up here in the corner. 1 minute remaining. A large order in front of the Rebels if they're trying to pull this one back. 50 seconds to go. Hyksos trying to pick the ball up. Breaker with the save. Ball flying back and forth between the side walls in front of Rice Esports' goal. Now True Blue through midfield. Challenge their ball off the backboard. The inverted shot from Breaker gets pushed off the line. That would have been beautiful if it went in. 30 seconds to go. Hyksos trying to find another goal. Won't mean too much now with only 15 to go. Rice Esports destined for the next round. Rice Esports with 5 seconds left. all but finished. They will get one more just to pad their stats a little bit. 6-1 your final score here in this best of 3 series. 2-0 for Rice Esports over the Rebels, and they will be moving on to the next round.
The Rebellion has been put down, John. Rice Esports with the 2-0 victory in this one. It looked like a really close game one. Again, very little scoring for quite a while. I think we went to OT, if I remember. It came right down to the wire. Then in the end, in game two, Rice just absolutely dominated. They turned on the aggression that they didn't really show us much of in game one, able to put on shot after shot and eventually turn some into goals and eventually into a series win.
Absolutely. They will be moving on to the next round. Rice Esports will be taking on now the winner of Earthka versus EOG. I'm going to go and refresh the brackets here real quick, Joey, see if we can figure out what that matchup is going to be.
EOG, good sir.
EOG versus Rice Esports. The winner of that matchup will, dare I say, have the honor to go up against Beluga Whales for the chance to punch their ticket into the grand finals to take on Al-Qasim Esports. Which, Joey, if you're EOG or Rice Esports, talk about two tough opponents. If you want to look that far ahead here, if you want to look that far ahead into the lower bracket finals and then the grand finals, I mean, obviously our two best teams are where they're supposed to be. One in the grand final, and now the other, unfortunately, losing to Al-Qasim right now in the lower bracket final as well. That's a tall order if you're EOG or Rice Esports.
Absolutely. But if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best, Sean. So they have got to run the gauntlet here if they want to get the job done. Again, we'll have to see how this next one goes. EOG being the opponent, I don't believe we've seen them here today on stream. So it'll be curious to see what their style looks like, if they play a little bit more aggressive offensively, like most of the teams we've seen today, or if they sit back and look for more counterattacking plays. We'll have a good idea after game one of this series.
Absolutely. That series between Rice Esports and EOG will be coming up in just a few moments. But before we get there, again, another big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors, our presenting sponsor, Events DC. Make sure to check them out at eventsdc.com for all the local events coming up in the DC area. And of course, our powered by sponsor, the DC Department of Parks and Recreation. Check them out at dpr.dc.gov for all events and activities coming up in the DC area as well. Joey, again, just moments away here from the semifinal matchup here between EOG and Rice Esports. Rice Esports, I think, played progressively better as that series went on. Game one was I don't want to use the term. I'm going to use it anyway. It was a little bit of a snoozer. But game two really came back. Both teams back and forth. And eventually Rice Esports punched their ticket. If Rice Esports can find that same kind of momentum here that we saw in game two, I would give them a pretty good chance here to advance out of the semis to go up against Beluga Whales.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can keep that same momentum going, as you said, John, it really depends, though. In game one, we saw them kind of feel out the opponent. If they have to do that again here in this next series, it could take a little bit for them to warm up and get going. If they already feel that like that momentum is still in their favor, if they feel like they're still clicking like they were there in game two, we could see that early on in this next series, which would be a huge advantage for Rice.
Yeah, and sometimes, feeling out your opponent's not necessarily a bad thing, but if it takes you the entire game to do it, then you kind of put yourself in that position where one mistake could put you at a disadvantage going into the next game. It's really a different feeling when you're up 1-0 in the series versus when you're down 1-0 in the series. So you really can't take the full 5 minutes of game one to really feel your opponent out. Yeah, definitely you need to figure them out if you don't have any research on them, if you haven't done any study. I mean, who would have time to do that, Joey, going into today's matchup? But if there is any history between these two teams, that is definitely going to play into advantage for both of them here. But we'll have to see how long it takes them to feel each other out.
Absolutely, sir. And welcome to the stream for EOG. We have Lovecraft and Nico. I believe their first time on stream today, as we said earlier. We'll see how they match up against our previous competitors and the winners of the last series, being Rice Esports.
And Rice Esports is going to be on the side of blue, EOG on the side of orange. Look at those graphics here flipped for you in just a few moments. Look at that. Speak it into existence, and True Blue will strike first for Rice Esports. 30 seconds in, it's 1-0 for Rice.
Absolutely. Graphic changed and scoreboard changed as well. 30 seconds in, that first goal coming across for Rice. And as previous to what we said, John, it could be where they are already warmed up from that last series. They might not look to feel out as much in this first matchup. And instead of holding until the last few seconds to score that first goal, they already find this one in those first 30 seconds.
Lovecraft back on the goal line for EOG. Nico goes flying by. Breaker picks it up in the air, keeps it in their offensive end, looking to add on to their 1-goal lead. Lovecraft now in the defensive corner for EOG. True Blue applying the pressure. Nico is there. Now Lovecraft back into the corner. Lovecraft with an opportunity will demo Breaker, gives them a chance here. Nico gets onto the ball into the corner, looking for the centering opportunity. Breaker gets back in time. Breaker tries to find True Blue, can't get there. Nico with the clearance. Ball into the corner, just not enough pace to get there towards the center of the goal. Here's a chance, the shot just high and wide for Lovecraft. Now looking to go the other way for Breaker, up and over the defender and in. Just under the 3-minute mark, Rice Esports strikes 2:58 remaining.
Yeah, really good play there from Breaker. As you notice, he starts to swerve out. Looks like he's going to go for the boost, playing a little bit of a mind game there as he then swerves back toward the ball and takes the shot. I think he really threw off the players of EOG there. They didn't think they were going to have to defend a shot. They think he was just going to go for boost, and instead it becomes very volatile and another goal.
Approaching that halfway mark, EOG down by 2 in this best of 3. Breaker shot turned aside by Nico. Nico to the side wall. EOG looking for something to happen, and EOG and Nico will score. 2:20 remaining. Finally on the scoreboard, cutting the deficit in half. Makes it 2-1. Rice Esports still in the lead.
Yeah, nice play from Nico there, playing it off the wall, able to get a good angle on Breaker, and in the end get the shot before Breaker was able to return to goal, cutting that score in half. 2-1, 2:20 remaining.
Lovecraft back on the defensive end. Nico clears it off the goal line. Looking to build onto that momentum from their first goal. Approaching that 2-minute mark here in game 1. Nico back on defense, will clear it off to the side. Breaker picks the ball up, plays it back into EOG's defensive end. Lovecraft is there to play it off. Now through midfield, True Blue intercepts it. Big save by Nico. Keeps it a 1-goal deficit and a shot far post. Breaker back in time with the save. Nico coming around, keeping the ball in their offensive end, looking to tie this one up under 1:30 to go. Nico's shot pinched out there, back on the attack now for Rice Esports. Can't get back in time before Lovecraft is there. Plays it back to Nico, who gets the clearance. Breaker is there to clear it out. Lovecraft trying to come in just above Breaker to try to get a shot off. 60 seconds to go. Nico now through midfield, tries to flip it over the last defender. Breaker is able to get enough air under it to get the save. Now looking to go the other way. Breaker makes sure it goes in. Some people might call that a steal and a goal, but regardless, 3-1 Rice Esports.
Some say stealing, I say securing. In the end, Breaker puts it away. And for the team, that's another goal, regardless of who scores. They now found themselves up 3-1, just under a minute to go. EOG has shown us that they can get shots off. They've shown us that they can score a goal, as they did put one up on the board. But so far in the last couple minutes, Rice really dominating.
Nico on the side wall. 40 seconds to go. EOG down by 2. Only been able to find 1 goal so far. Lovecraft shot just wide. Nico's follow-up turned aside by Breaker, but Lovecraft with 30 seconds to go will pull one back. It is a 1-goal game, 30 seconds to go here in game number 1.
Yeah, really nice finesse goal there from Lovecraft. Going around, finding that boost, able to use it immediately to fly up, and then just slowly taps it. Doesn't take a quick shot angle, doesn't go for that upper corner like some will try to pinch it in. Instead, just drops it in for that goal. Now only down by 1, 30 seconds left to play.
20 seconds to go. EOG down by 1. Nico and Lovecraft on the attack. The shot, big save from Breaker. That was going far post. He had to go the distance. Now Breaker looking to go the other way. Can't seal it as of yet. Still down by 1. 5 seconds to go. Still a chance for EOG. The ball is in the air and it comes crashing down. What a chance. Nico backboard. Lovecraft can't get there. Breaker gets the clearance. My goodness, Rice Esports able to hang on. That last second attack from EOG keeps the 3-2 win intact.
So close, Sean. So close to the tiebreaker. I think Lovecraft was looking for one of the defenders to end up deflecting it out and then to find that deflection and hopefully redirect it onto goal. Unfortunately, didn't quite play out that way for EOG as Rice Esports takes game 1 of the series. As we head into game 2, let's see if that aggression continues from that newly found EOG aggression toward that final minute of gameplay, or if Rice comes out and shows them that they're going to close out this series.
Nico picking the ball back up in his defensive end to start out game 2. Looks to play it off the sidewall. Beats one defender. Can't get it past the second. Good attack so far for EOG here in game number 2. Lovecraft plays it in. Breaker is there. True Blue trying to get the clearance. Not enough power on the ball. Nico plays in. Wide open. Lovecraft is there. Make sure it goes in. EOG striking first. Just 33 seconds into this matchup. EOG on top.
Nico with a great initial shot off the wall, and Lovecraft just giving it a little bit of a kiss to put that one away and secure the goal. EOG now finds themselves up 1-0, 4:27 to go in this one, and they're already starting to set a little bit more pace than we saw here in game 1. I think that could favor very well for EOG here in game 2.
Lovecraft onto Breaker. True Blue is there to help out. The clearance is there. Nico back on the line for the save. Nico into the corner. True Blue is there to fend off that attack. Now on the side wall. Picks up full boost. It's pushed aside by Lovecraft. Nico is there. Redirects the shot. Looking to go back post. Breaker gets back in time. Pushes it aside. The demo coming out by Nico. Lovecraft with the chance off the wall. The deflected shot and in. And Lovecraft has 2 goals and makes it 2-0 for EOG.
Once again, Lovecraft using that boost very effectively. Picks it up right there. Uses it shortly after. Just giving himself the edge to put it away and find that 2-0 lead.
3:41 remaining. EOG up 2-0. Rice Esports up 1-0 in the series. They do have that chance to close it out if they're able to find a way back here into game 2. But so far, EOG is making it difficult. The Nico shot turned aside by Breaker. Now going the other way, a strong rebound there. Nico able to get back in time. Lovecraft is there to have assistance in clearing their defensive end. Now going aerial, finds Nico from above. Can't make anything out of that attempt. Breaker looking to go the other way, flips it over, but Nico stays true, hovering on the goal line. Gets another save. Now Lovecraft looking to go the other way. Rice Esports trying to find a way to get themselves back into this game. Not having any luck on that last second shot. Nico has been absolutely dominant on the goal line. And Breaker following up as well, but can't get the clearance. Lovecraft is there for the hat trick. 3-0 EOG.
Yeah, Breaker there for the initial save. Unfortunately, no teammate there to help clear it out. In the end, it just goes up a little bit above the goal bar, goal post, and it just drops back down into the goal in the end as EOG puts it away for that 3rd goal. 2:45 remaining, EOG being the dominant team here in game 2.
Nico gets taken out by Breaker. Approaching that halfway mark here in game number 2. Rice Esports finds themselves down by 3. True Blue trying to look for his teammate Breaker. The shot gets pushed wide. Now Nico for EOG looking to go the other way, plays the ball onto the side wall, gets around one defender, but True Blue has enough positioning to play the ball wide for EOG. Now Nico looking to center the ball. The shot breaker goes up in the air for the save. Nico's not done yet. Tries to put the ball back on frame. Can't get it to go. Lovecraft plays the ball back in. Nico from above, just on the goal line, and Breaker and True Blue, a joint team effort to clear the ball out. And Breaker will score for Rice Esports. Didn't see what happened. There's a little bit of an explosion on screen, but the replay will show us what happened.
Wow, that was quite the sequence of events there on the replay. A little bit of a carb up there from EOG that goes in favor of Rice. In the end, Breaker able to get onto the end of that ball, find a goal opportunity. Now finds themselves down by 2 minutes left to play. So about a goal a minute is what we're looking for here. But EOG just continuing to turn up that pressure.
Nico taking out Breaker. Rice Esports down by 2, under 140 to go. Just scoring their first goal, looking to build upon that momentum. Breaker picking it up in the defensive end now through midfield on the side wall. True Blue is there. He'll play the ball to the far side of the wall, picked up now by Lovecraft. Nico is there looking for the redirect. The drop too high. True Blue picks it up, looking to go the other way. And Lovecraft picks up the full boost and gets the demo onto True Blue. Lovecraft looking to play it out, looking to extend their lead for EOG, not let Rice Esports back into this one. Breaker with the interception, plays it back towards midfield. True Blue is there, but Nico back in time, strong rebound. Breaker able to stop the ball in midfield, and a big save from True Blue keeps the deficit to 2 and gives them a chance. 45 seconds to go. Breaker looking for the shot, near post and in. That was a snipe. 3-2 EOG, but look out, Rice is coming.
Yeah, Breaker taking the wide there again, starting to feint like he's going to go toward that boost, and then curves back in a little bit earlier. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but it's set up for a beautiful angle in the end. Finding that goal, 41 seconds left, but still down by 1. They got to tie this one up to keep it going.
40 seconds to go. It is not over. Nico plays the ball in. It's going wide. The rebound shot saved by Breaker. 30 seconds to go. True Blue, the centering opportunity. Breaker is there, plays it back in. The follow-up shot goes wide. 20 seconds to go. Rice still down by 1. Lovecraft picks it up, but True Blue plays it back in. They're not out of danger yet, True Blue, but Nico flies up and over True Blue, and Breaker now back onto defense. 7 seconds left. True Blue, the long-range shot. Will it stay in the air long enough? Yes, it will. Breaker looking for positioning on the ball to get underneath it. Nico looks to play to the ground. Nico will, and EOG will take game 2. It is all even. We head to game number 3.
Yeah, really nice play there from Nico. Some players will get in the mood of trying to score another goal and to kind of put it away. The idea there is just to spike it down. You're already in the lead. Take the clean finish. Take the momentum you had in game 2 and carry it over to game 3. All tied up now after Rice won game 1, EOG in game 2. EOG with the momentum coming over from game 2 with a pretty solid performance overall, but Rice in no way was just sitting there. They were putting up goals, they were putting up opportunities. In the end, not as many shots fell for their side compared to EOG, but so far in game 3, we'll have to see what comes as we're just a couple seconds into this one.
The Lugo Whales are patiently waiting to find out who wins this series, to find out who their next opponent will be. Rice Esports or EOG. Rice Esports taking game 1, EOG in a very close game 2. Evens the series at 1 apiece. Nico in his defensive end through midfield. Breaker is there. Looks to whip his car around in the corner, tries to find a centering opportunity, can't get it. Lovecraft on the side wall. Drops back looking for a boost. True Blue picks it up in his defensive end for Rice Esports, looking to play it in the corner, but Lovecraft is there. Breaker now back on defense, has to go in the air to get the save. Gets the save onto Lovecraft, but Lovecraft showing the love in the form of a demo for allowing that save to happen. Ball floats across the face of the goal. Breaker is there to clear it out. True Blue now along the side wall, both on a breakout. Breaker shot off the crossbar, kisses it and in. 1-0 for Rice Esports.
Yeah, Breaker starting really far back on that one, picking up 4 boost trails, as you say, and using them at the perfect moments, finding the quick angle between both players, and eventually the goal.
1-0, 3:46 remaining here in game 3. Winner take all. Should I say winner advances to take on Beluga Whales. Rice Esports with the early lead after falling in game 2 to EOG. Now Breaker looking to add on to it. Nico back in time. Big save from Nico. Pushes it aside. Breaker just inches away from doubling their advantage. True Blue and Lovecraft battling on the side wall. Now Breaker towards midfield is there with Nico. Looks for the clear out. Goes aerial. True Blue coming in from behind. Ball bounces towards the goal. Nico able to get enough on it to play it off the post. Breaker now towards midfield. Little collision there with his teammate, but able to recover in time. And Nico is there to avoid danger for now. Now looking to go on the attack for EOG. Lovecraft is there. Ball too high over the goal. Breaker in the corner looks for the clearance towards midfield. True Blue plays the ball into the corner. Nico back on defense. Lots of back and forth action between both of these teams. Now full boost there for Lovecraft. Picks up 2 100 boosts back to back in good positioning there. Nico waiting patiently. Lovecraft able to keep the ball in front of the goal. True Blue applying the pressure. A big demo by Nico onto Breaker gives gives Rice Esports a slight advantage. Ball towards midfield. Nico picks up full boost. Goes in the air. True Blue is patiently waiting to make the save. Doesn't get the chance. Lovecraft now from above, waiting for the ball to come down. Couldn't get the position. But Breaker, does he have a chance? No, Nico gets back in time. That would have been a beautiful teardrop into the back of the goal. Nico has other plans in mind, keeping it out, keeping that 1-0 scoreline intact for now. Rice Esports applying the pressure as Lovecraft gets demoed by True Blue. Nico bounces the ball off the corner. The shot from Lovecraft and in, and EOG has tied it up at 1:27 remaining in game number 3.
Yeah, both teams really starting to take it to the air more and more here. Lovecraft with a little tap as it's on its way down. EOG tying that scoreboard back up 1-1. We've seen a lot of back and forth, John. Some shots coming out here and there, but a lot of interesting choices as EOG, for example, went on that first ball. Instead of going right for the goal there with Nico, he ended up taking it to the wall, trying to take out a blue player in doing so and open up the shot opportunity for Lovecraft. It didn't come that time, but in the end, it did come later on as True Blue puts another one on the board here. 2-1, 1:16 remaining. John, these two teams are not disappointing. Back and forth has been here all game.
Absolutely. EOG just unable to get enough power onto the ball to clear it out of their defensive zone. Rice Esports taking the advantage, getting their 1-goal lead back, 1:15 to go. Still anybody's game, still plenty of time. Joey, it feels like we've seen 3-4 goals scored in the matter of 30 seconds before. It is still anybody's game. 1 minute remaining. Rice Esports with the slight advantage. Breaker. Ball picked off by Lovecraft, looking to go the other way. EOG trying to find a way to tie this one up late. True Blue with the save. Keeps their lead intact. Now Nico trying to do something here on the defensive end, looking for that clearance. We'll get it up over through midfield. Looking for the drop. Breaker goes up to make sure it does not drop in front of the goal. 30 seconds. Lovecraft can't get a touch on the ball. Nico goes up. She looks to play it back. Not a lot of boost for Lovecraft. Only 12. Will it be enough? Goes over the ball. The follow-up shot off the crossbar by Nico. Ball back towards the goal line. Lovecraft is there, and it goes in. Ties at 2 apiece. 14 seconds remaining.
So hard to make mistakes as either team in this one, as both are very capable of punishing one another. We see it once again here. A slight mistake coming out from Rice, and in the final 15 seconds of the match, it could cost them a game here and potentially their life in this tournament as EOG ties it back up 2-2 with 13 to go.
True Blue looking to get the ball out of their defensive end. EOG might have the last chance here before overtime. 3 seconds left. The ball bouncing around. They got to keep it off the ground. if they want to do something. Now Rice Esports looking to clear it out. True Blue just pushes it onto the ground. Joey, we are heading to sudden death overtime, sudden death semifinals. The winner will go on to the lower bracket final. Next goal will win.
John, it has been a great series, so back and forth between these two today, just back and forth all series long. Beautiful play coming out here from EOG, but Breaker looking to turn it back around.
Breaker and True Blue once again running into each other just a little bit. Lovecraft now on the attack for EOG. The chance, the opportunity, big save from Breaker, looking to go for the upper elbow of the goal. Can't get it to go. We're approaching 40 seconds into overtime, and the intensity that we saw in the first 5 minutes is continuing in overtime. Now Nico trying to get around True Blue, can't do it. Lovecraft picks the ball up towards midfield, plays it in. Now Breaker looks to clear it out, gets bumped from behind by Breaker. Breaker now looking for that centering opportunity. A shot from Breaker and in, and Rice Esports are advancing to take on Beluga Whales in the lower bracket finals.
Absolutely. What a great back and forth matchup here, guys. The action on today's Twitch stream has been phenomenal. Rice Esports coming out of this one in a very close series, going the distance. All 3 games EOG does exit here, I believe in 4th, if I recall correctly, on the bracket, as Rice will move on to go into the ocean of the Beluga Whales, who have been a dominating force in today's tournament as well.
That is going to be a fantastic matchup. Will Rice Esports be able to hold up to the high intensity pressure of Beluga Whales to possibly have their opportunity to make their way into the grand finals? It's a long journey through the lower bracket to get back to the grand finals. But Joey, we have to figure out who's going to win the lower bracket final first. And of course, Beluga Whales now versus Rice Esports will be our next match on stream. But before we go there, we're going to throw it to a quick commercial break. We're going to get everything put together. After that break, you're not going to want to go anywhere. It's the lower bracket final. It's the grand final back to back after this last break. This is the last one you have to get through. So stay tuned. This is the District Esports League presented by Events DC. Welcome back to the District Esports League Week 1 action 2v2 Rocket League tournament. My name is John Fiasco. I'm alongside Joey Courtside, King McDermott, and we have an update for you. Originally, we're going to bring you the lower bracket final, then straight into the grand final. Well, we have a little bit of an update. Unfortunately, one of the teams was unable to compete. So we're going to skip over the lower bracket final, and we're going to punch our ticket directly into the grand final against, who do you ask? Of course, it's going to be Al-Qasim Esports going up against Rice Esports. Unfortunately, Beluga Whales did have to bow out due to a player not being available to play. So we're going to jump straight to the grand finals here, Joey. Let's preview this matchup here a little bit. Al-Qasim Esports, a high-flying team, high-scoring team. We've seen them being able to adapt to pretty much any play style their opponent has thrown to them, whether they're able to drop 12 goals or whether they need to drop 4 to beat a team by 1 goal 4-3. They're able to do it. They're a very adaptive team. And obviously, I think a lot of people in chat would agree with me here. They're probably the favorites going into the grand finals, where Rice Esports, you know, they're a great team as well. They're playing incredibly well. They had a great run through the lower bracket as well. They've punched their ticket into the grand finals through that forfeit in the lower bracket final, but they're still a really good team. They would have gone head-to-head with Beluga Whales as well. But now in this finals matchup, how do you see Rice Esports going up against Al-Qasim Esports here in this grand final?
Yeah, I think if you're Rice Esports, you have a very tall challenge ahead of you, to be honest. Al-Qasim has shown us time and time again that they're able to score a ton of goals. I mean, in all honesty, it's been goal upon goal upon goal. They've had many double-digit games here on stream today. They've shown us even in the tight matches up against Beluga that they're able to put up the goals when they count. And in many of those games, it was just because we saw so many goals from both sides. Very little defense just because they continue to turn on a flurry of goals. I think it's going to be similar here for Rice, though. They've taken a little bit longer to heat up. They've taken some time to kind of read their opponent before addressing how they're going to play offensively. They're not going to have too much time to do that in this matchup.
Absolutely. So the grand finals, it is a best of 5 series, And if Rice Esports is able to take the first series against Al-Qasim Esports, it will be a bracket reset, and we'll do another best of 5. Just putting everything there on the table for everyone to understand how this grand final will work out between these two teams here today. But Joey, before we can even hop into the grand finals, we have to give another amazing shout out to our great sponsors. Of course, are presented by sponsor Events DC. Make sure you check out eventsdc.com for all of the upcoming events in the DC area. There again, that's eventsdc.com. And of course, our powered by sponsor, the DC Department of Parks and Recreation. Check their website out at dpr.dc.gov. So, Joey, again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors, and a big thank you to everyone who is watching here on the Game Gym Esports Twitch channel. Hope you're enjoying the week 1 action here of the District Esports League, as we are just moments away from the grand final here between Al-Qasim Esports and Rice Esports. In fact, Joey, how about we just jump straight into it right now? Rice Esports on the red side, Al-Qasim Esports disconnecting on the blue side. We're going to have to find out what's going on there, as it looks like there may have been a little bit of a connection issue. Breaker technically scores 2 seconds in to open up the scoring, but this one's going to be a reset here in the lobby between these two teams to make sure we get this best of 5 series underway properly. So while we do that, you're stuck with us again until we can get back in game. Joey, I'm super excited for this matchup. I think it's going to be really, really exciting. Al-Qasim Esports has been an absolute pleasure to watch here on stream. It's been great to call them as well through this entire run for them in the upper bracket. A very talented team, and really also Rice Esports, when we're able to pick up the tournament in the lower bracket. One of the downsides about having so many participants here in a tournament is not everyone is able to get on stream. Not everyone is able to have their games casted, and we don't have the opportunity to see how these teams play. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch Rice Esports as well. They're very versatile as well. They've fallen behind and come back multiple times as well. They're a team that doesn't give up, and I really love that passion you see in their play, because they don't want to go away. If they fall behind, they don't get down on themselves, and they're just really able to find a way to push themselves to get back into that game. So Rice Esports, a lot of people may see them as the underdog here, but they have that heart, they have that tenacity. They're going up against Al-Qasim Esports, and I'm looking forward to this matchup.
Absolutely, John, and this will be the biggest test for them yet. Let's see how resilient they can be up against a highfalutin Octane like we see with Al-Qasim here. We do see a little bit of a vehicle change as well, as we have a Merc van now in the game.
Oh, there is? Yes, you are correct. Haven't seen a Merc van in a tournament, or let alone any Rocket League game, in a very, very long time. Hashim, they're off the wall for Al-Qasim Esports, looking to open up the scoring, plays it off the crossbar, can't get it to go, but it is BMWI trailing behind for Al-Qasim Esports, opening up the scoring. 4:06 remaining here in game number 1.
Was that a disconnect there, John, or are we still going here?
I think we're still good. I think that may have just been an error on the spectator client. We'll have to reach out to Epic Games to make sure that doesn't happen. On the face-off, after that goal, Al-Qasim Esports up 1. Al-Qasim Esports up 1-0. 3:50 to go here after BWMI opens up the scoring there. I keep wanting to say BWI, Joe, because obviously that's one of the local airports around here. It's very much a tongue twister. But
it is BMWI, good sir, like that car brand out there.
Absolutely. BMWI, the shot from Breaker turned aside from Hashim. Just under 3:30 to go. Both teams playing each other pretty well so far. True Blue really putting the pressure on. Looking for the goal. Rice Esports and Breaker even up. Beautiful play there from True Blue, stealing the ball on the side wall, and a beautiful pass. Al-Qasim Esports lead evaporated. Rice Esports all tied up at 1.
Yeah, really good stuff. They're able to play it off the wall effectively and then puts it right in front of the teammate. It looks like it was going to be a goal either way, but a nice secure coming through for Rice. Now tied up 1-1, 3:18 to go.
All right, so everyone who participated in that poll in chat has Breaker scores again, giving Rice Esports the lead 2-1. Everyone in chat who predicted, first off, thank you for your predictions. Joey, it is a 92-8 split in favor of Al-Qasim Esports as the favorites here. That is a pretty hefty prediction there on the side of Al-Qasim Esports. Again, they are, I would have to say, considered the favorites. Chat believes so as well. But Rice Esports right now, Joey, holding on to a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, it's all about that Merc van. That Merc van pulling up an audience over here in chat, it looks like. But so far, also pulling in some goals as we do see that lead 2-1 in favor of Rice. Plenty of time left, though, and we know Al-Qasim, again, is very capable of scoring.
Shot from the tough angle. True Blue on the line. Breaker trying to clear it out in that Merc van with that beautiful camo pattern on it. True Blue from above can't dunk it because Hashim was there on the goal line. Beautiful save. And True Blue denying BMWI as well. Big saves on both sides of the floor here in this match. Breaker up and over. BMWI able to get the nose of his car on the ball and gets the ball out of danger. Breaker, beautiful bunny hop there to avoid the demo. True Blue into the corner. The rebound, BMWI clears the ball out towards midfield. The shot on frame. Hashim will score, evens it up at 2 apiece. Al-Qasim pulls this one back, 1:49 remaining.
BMWI with some very nice aerial clearance there, knocking off the wall and putting it right into Hashim's path. Gets that shot off and ties up the score, 2-2, 1:49 remaining. A few opportunities there for Rice to defend, but Hashim with a beautiful angle.
Hashim going up in the air off that faceoff, looking to take the lead all the way from the faceoff to the back of the net. It is 3-2, Al-Qasim Esports. Beautiful solo effort there gives Al-Qasim Esports the lead. 1:40 remaining here in game 1 of this best of 5. Hashim shot off the crossbar. Couldn't get it to drop low enough. BMWI is there, but can't find the angle. Will flip around the ball. Used a little too much boost when flying past. Breaker in that Merc van, able to clear the ball out towards center field. Intercepted by BMWI. True Blue now backtracking onto defense. Breaker is there as well. BMWI intercepts the ball towards midfield. 60 seconds remaining. A 1-goal deficit for Rice Esports. BMWI sends the ball in. Breaker able to nose the ball away. Not out of danger yet. True Blue with the clearance. True Blue shot turned aside. Not enough power. BMWI getting credit for the save. Now along the side wall. Ball is floating on goal. Back post and in. That will be BMWI making it 4-2 for Al-Qasim Esports.
Beautiful play there. Going aerial, taking it off the wall, and then the nice under dip to flip it back up in the end. Finding that goal, 4-2. Up by 2, 30 seconds left to go. And Al-Qasim, once again, showing that they have that potency, John. They're able to score those goals. They did let 2 through from the side of Rice, but Al-Qasim still double the scoreline.
Now Breaker with the follow-up, showing that the Merc van is just as agile as any other car in this game. Makes it 4-3, Rice Esports just down by 1.
As they say, get merked. They are coming back, John. 1 goal down, but Al-Qasim has shown us that they can score those goals. Can Rice find another goal here in the final 24 seconds?
Ball played into the corner. BMWI back on defense. A shot from True Blue and in. 6 seconds to go. We're tied at 4, and overtime might be on the horizon.
Absolutely. 6 seconds left. Can someone pull back a score? There's definitely time. The way Rocket League works, for those just joining the stream who might be new to Rocket League, if you keep that ball up in the air, there is always a chance available. We'll see if they can get it done here.
3 seconds to go. BMWI holds the ball up. Breaker with the chance off the backboard and deflected wide. Goes off the wall and stays in the air. but BMWI couldn't get there in time. We're going to overtime.
What a great way to kick off this series. Game 1 already in overtime, 4-4, 4 goals apiece from both sides. Al-Qasim able to keep up that potency that we've seen, but Rice matching it head on.
Sheem on the sidewall. Breaker picks the ball up. Sheem gets the demo onto Breaker. True Blue back on defense. A centering pass. Can't find BMWI, but he'll get around on the ball off the rebound. And Al-Qasim Esports will take game 1 24 seconds in to the overtime period. 5-4 your final here in game number 1.
Game 1 goes to Al-Qasim, as you said, John, but in the end, Rice Esports really showing us more than we expected potentially coming into this matchup. They look good overall, but they look like they took some time to warm up, I'd say, in the previous series we saw them in. Now with Al-Qasim coming out, being highfalutin very early on here, going 4-4 already in game 1, showing that they're able to score just as much as Al-Qasim.
You know, Joey, 92% of our chat voted for Al-Qasim Esports, but I guarantee you 92% of our chat were sweating there a little bit there in game 1 after that performance from Rice Esports. Again, it's a best of 5, still plenty of to go here. Al-Qasim Esports, where they are predicted to be with that lead, 1-0 so far, but True Blue here in game 2, coming out strong on the goal line with another beautiful save. And then Breaker with another shot. BMWI performing well on the goal line as well, keeping that one out. It is not even 30 seconds in. We've had 2 amazing opportunities for each team. Now Breaker going the other way. That side roll past the last defender. Rice Esports striking first. It is Breaker in the Merc van. 1-0 Rice Esports.
Nice little play there from Breaker in that Merc van, able to really turn it right around the opposing side of Al-Qasim there. It looked like they were going to be able to get the save off, but in the end, Rice finds the goal.
And Hashim wastes no time right off the face-off. We've seen this happen multiple times with Al-Qasim Esports. Scoring off the face-off seems to be a team specialty here, tying it up, 4:22 remaining, 1 apiece.
The quickest of answers you can see, John, right on the ensuing kickoff. Ends up tying this one back up 1-1. 4:20 remaining, but shots on shots. Every single time we turn this camera over, it looks like a new shot is coming in from both these sides.
BMWI on the goal line, looking to bring it out through midfield. Flips it up and over True Blue, able to get a touch onto it. Sends it wide into the corner. Breaker is there. See him flying over Breaker to try to get around on the ball. Hashim going up midfield, puts the ball into the corner. Breaker pulling the ball down, going wall to wall. Picks up full boost. True Blue over to Breaker. Lays it back towards the middle. BMWI is there, ball in the corner. Breaker shot, upper corner and in. A beautiful shot by Breaker makes it 2-1 for Rice Esports.
Yeah, BMWI with nice initial clearance there. I don't know if there's miscommunication. I think he was trying to pass it to Hashim there on the side. Unfortunately, not going to Hashim as Hashim is rotating back to goal, gets caught out, and Rice puts it away.
True Blue's effort turned aside by BMWI. Breaker towards the back of his defensive end will play it out towards midfield. Al-Qasim Esports down by 1 at the 3-minute mark here in game 2. They're holding on to that 1-0 series lead. Ball played into the corner, defensive end for Al-Qasim. True Blue in the corner. Looks to play it around, centering opportunity. The shot goes wide. A little bit of pressure there from Al-Qasim on Rice Esports. May have done something there, and Hasim comes down the other way, and we'll tie it up at 2 apiece. 2:33 remaining, almost at that halfway mark, and it is all even.
Rice Esports committed a lot to the offense there, and in the end, it opened them right up for a counter-attacking opportunity as Al-Qasim able to turn that one around and find the goal there in the end.
Breaker towards midfield, looking to intercept that ball. They're going to try to find a way to get their lead back. Al-Qasim Esports plays the ball into their offensive end. Good chance there, just unable to connect with his teammate. Now looking to go the other way is Rice Esports. The deflection mid-air, but BMWI with another clean save keeps this one even. Breaker off the back wall. True Blue is trailing. Shot gets pushed wide. Good pressure on defense from Al-Qasim, looking for the counterattack. Breaker back in time, using that big box frame of the Merc van to his advantage, getting credit for the save and then the demo. Looks to play it in towards the middle of the field. True Blue is there. Good play, but BMWI able to play it high and wide. The clearance from Hashim into the corner. Now looking to go on the attack. 1:30 to go. Breaker plays it back in, looks to play it up and over. The aerial play from Al-Qasim has been stellar today. They deny that opportunity by Rice Esports. Now look to take the lead themselves. Ball gets pushed out. 1:15 to go. Team back on defense will get the clearance. Now looking to go on the attack. Breaker is back there in the corner. Misplays the ball a little bit. An opportunity. The 1-2 pass on the goal line. It can't go in. And Breaker with the Merc van backing that thing up, getting it off the goal line. And a beautiful side roll at the other end. You will see this on the replay. What a great play by Breaker. Rolling one past one defender, then rolling through the other. BMWI just unable to get there. A beautiful play by Breaker.
Absolutely. Breaker getting the work done on both sides, John. Initially making that save, getting it out of goal, finding the clearance they needed, and then turning off some beautiful plays to get the goal in the end. Rice finds himself up with under a minute to play.
45 seconds left. Rice Esports in the lead. Breaker looking to go the other way. Can't get around one defender. The long-range shot, crossbar, it's on the goal line, and BMWI comes flying in and slams that one home. We're tied at 33 seconds remaining.
Al-Qasim had one goal that looked like he was going to make it, and in the end, Breaker turned it the opposite direction. This one flirts a little bit with that goal line, but in the end, it does fall across it. 3-3, 30 seconds to go.
BMWI looking for another one. The shot on the goal line. Breaker turns it aside. Hashim comes flying in, looking to keep it in their offensive zone. Breaker is there to clear the ball out. BMWI is back on defense in time to collect the ball. Possibly their last opportunity here. 10 seconds to go. Hashim unable to get the ball through midfield. Has a little bit of pressure there from Rice. Last chance, BMWI. Ball played in off the side wall. And as long as it doesn't touch the ground, well, it will touch the ground. Joey, for the second game in the row, we are going to overtime.
Absolutely, John. And we saw the last one end very quickly with Al-Qasim finding a way to get that goal. We'll see if they can do it here, just 10 seconds in.
The pressure coming in from Al-Qasim. True Blue able to clear it out just a bit. Now looking to clear their zone completely. Now Breaker in the van along the side wall. True Blue is there. Can't keep it out. Hashim putting the pressure on for Al-Qasim Esports into the corner. Rice Esports in danger, trying to find the clearance. They'll finally get it cleared out into the defensive end of Al-Qasim Esports. They are back in time for the clearance. Rice Esports not pushing up too far, not wanting to make a mistake that puts them down 2-0 in this best-of-5 series. Breaker towards midfield. BMWI, the shot from the side wall and in. 46 seconds in. And Al-Qasim Esports has a 2-game series advantage.
Not only that, John, but I believe BMWI was the man to get it done in the last game as well, finding that last second goal once they went into overtime, just a few seconds in, putting it away and eventually taking the game of the series. 2-0 now in this best of 5. Al-Qasim looking good on the scoreboard, but as far as the in-game performance goes, Rice Esports keeping just up with them. It looks like there is a small disconnect here, John. On the side of shots, from what we can see, we saw 9 shots come through from the side of Al-Qasim. I believe Orange had quite a few shots as well. We have 2 showing on the board. I think they were just shy of Al-Qasim's total in the end. I think it was somewhere around 6 or 7, if I counted correctly. So really good play from both sides. Again, very potent on the offense. We've seen goals scored from both sides, but in the end, Al-Qasim able to get it done in overtime once again.
Al-Qasim really showing that regardless of the situation, they can rise to the occasion, whether they're able to hold on to a lead, lose a lead and have to make a comeback, or they take it to overtime. It's sudden death. Next goal wins. Al-Qasim is able to adapt to whatever any team has really thrown at them so far. We are waiting for word on that disconnect here to make sure to see if this series will continue. But nonetheless, Joey, 2-0 is a very strong lead for Al Qasim going into game 3 here. That's match point for them. It's a best of 5 series. They are the upper bracket champion so far. So they don't have to do a bracket reset. It's 3 wins and they're golden here. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw it to a quick commercial break while we get everything figured out. Stay tuned. You're watching the District Esports League presented by Events DC live here on the Game Gym Esports Twitch channel. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the District Esports League. Just a little bit of an update here. Unfortunately, there has been a disconnection on the finals here, and the player was unable to come back. So unfortunately, there has been a DQ there in the finals. So Al-Qasim Esports will be our champion here in week 1. Just a reminder, it is a points-based tournament. So first place gets 30 points in the standings, 25 points in second place, and 21st on third place as well. So that will go ahead and do it for the week 1 action here at the District Esports League. On behalf of Events DC, the DC Department of Parks and Recreation, the Game Gym, and our amazing production crew, my name is John Fiasco Byram, alongside Joey Courtside King McDermott, reminding you, wear a mask, be safe, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you for watching and stay